goes down and the stars take flight. Marc D with the C's got the geeky delight. Retro toys and comics we adore. TV and movies, let's explore. Sunday Night Geekery, it's the place to be. With Marc D with the C, let your nerd run free. Old school vibes and stories untold. Tune in, tune out, let the magic unfold.
Hey everyone, welcome to Sunday Night Geekery, issue 195. And actually, next week we got, of course, a special geekery plan because I'll be coming back from New York Comic Con. I can't believe it's already October already. It was 80 degrees this weekend in Connecticut, and I was down by the beach last night camping with the scouts. We had a camp out. It was 80 plus degrees, wearing shorts and a t-shirt in October, which is totally insane. But yeah, so yeah, next week usually we're cold at Comic-Con, it's starting to get cold, so I'll be at Comic-Con next Saturday, so we'll have one of our marathon, like 8-hour geekery. I got smart now. We break it up to 2 or 3 or 4 shows because it's too much. But let me say hi to everyone in the chat. But of course, before we do that, let's always start with this one.
I just love clobbering time.
Remember our buddy Clobbering Times, always not far from our thoughts. And let me catch up. There's a lot of chatter in the chat, which is good. So, and hopefully have some special guests joining us, or the usual suspects. But you have to bear with me going solo and for a few minutes. But let's see if I'm sure some people will stop in when they can. So be good to hang out with some of my friends. Hopefully they'll be piling in. But yeah, so tonight we did we'll talk some cooking and some enabling, and of course some pop culture entertainment. So but yeah, let's say hi to everyone in the studio. So we got Lemon Pie here first. Lemon Pie for the win. Great to see you, Lemon Pie. And Brian Hepburn. Hey, Brian Hepburn, thank you for being here as always. And Phantom Outsider is here as well. Great. And Donnie is here, and he says, happy Global James Bond Day. Hope everyone is well. And happy Power Rangers Forever Red Day. Well, the Bond, thank you, Donnie. Yeah, great to see you. Bond was in the news, but not for good reason, because Amazon, they've got control of James Blonde now, or Bond, excuse me. Been blonde lately, but they took all the posters and they took all the weapons out of the posters, as if James Bond and his title, License to Kill. You think of James Bond, License to Kill, right? He's a spy, secret agent who's got to kill the bad guys. And well, I don't know what they gave him some. They were giving him some spatulas or some pizza paddles or something. I don't know if Bond was going to make the world safe. I mean, that's just idiocracy. Where guns are a tool, right? I mean, good, bad, evil. A tool can be used for, you can build a house with a hammer, but you can also do some other horrible things with a hammer, right? So just ridiculous and just pandering. And it's, I think the latest I heard, they put the weapons back. But yeah, it's just Bond always has that Walther PPK, the first Dr. No poster. I mean, come on, it's Bond. It's it's not like it's Mother Teresa there. Bond is a complex character. So we'll talk about that a little bit more too. But 23 years, Donnie says, since Forever Red episode of Power Rangers Wild Force debuted on ABC Kids. Best birthday gift ever. Well, those kids aren't kids anymore, right? 23 years later, but that's a great memory, Donnie. Yep. This is my number one Power Rangers team up episode, but also my number one crossover story in all of pop culture. What's your number one crossover story in all of pop culture? Are you talking, I guess, where we'd have 2 different genres meeting? I mean, of course, growing up, we had, silly one. Well, not so silly, but like Mork and Mindy. Mork was on Happy Days, right? That's one of the earliest ones I can remember as a kid, dating myself, which is crazy, but Mork being on Happy Days was wild. I'm trying to think of some other great, like Magnum PI would have crossovers with, and I love Magnum, Simon and Simon. I love those shows. Did the A-Team have any crossovers? I think, and also I think Magnum PI was on Murder She Wrote, I think, at one point too. I'm trying to think of what. That's a good question. I'm going to star that and see if I can. My old brain can think of some cool pop crossovers that I can remember. TV shows like Emergency, which I love. Emergency, was based off of the Adam 12 universe. I think they did have one episode where they had Adam 12 on Emergency or vice versa. I think maybe the Emergency guys were on Adam 12, or maybe there's a reference to them. Yep. Hey, Maddie's daddy's here. Well, if Maddie's daddy's here, what that means, we've got the mighty Thor inbound. Where did that go? Where did that one go? Where is that icon there? Where'd they hide it for me? Come on, my thing's out. Oh, here it is. Yep. I'm wearing my glasses tonight, so I don't have the eyes of an Asgardian guard. But great to see you, Steve. Hope you're doing well. And if you can, I know you've got the link. If you can pop in, but you're probably watching Maddie or taking care of Maddie tonight. But I hope it is cooling down for you guys in Arizona there. But it was pretty hot for us here. Yep. And we've got Cowabunga Dude here. Hey, great to see you. A bunch of these Sunday Night Geekeries in a row. It's awesome to have you. And of course, hey, come on, let's play Cowabunga. Let me find my turtles. Some of my turtles clips here. And when I switch the settings here, it always goes crazy here. It goes to another setup. Wait, here we go. There we go. That's better. All right. Cowabunga Dude. Cowabunga! All right. Turtle power. And I have been printing some turtles lately too. Some cool 3D turtle prints. So may or may not be going to Tom too with his foot. I've got to pack up this week and get the heck out of here. I keep saying that, but got to get out of here before my wife kills me. And Claude is here. Hey, Claude Salane. Hey, Mandalorian is here. Yep. Hail Beach Camping. Always nice. Yeah, it was pretty awesome to hang out there. The beach is, normally closed, but since we're scouts and we're not, partying and causing troubles and we're doing service projects, they let us camp out there. Plus, the chief of police is a friend, and he's involved with scouting and helps to organize things. So that's a big help too. But everyone, if you're not subbed to my buddy, the Mandalorian, got some awesome, there's his link in the chat there. He's got some awesome videos up. We played a lot of Fortnite. And we used to play Sea of Thieves, but we bagged that game. But the fight mechanics weren't so good. The treasure hunting was fun and the puzzles, but not the fighting. But check out Mandalorian's channel. If you're not subbed to him, please sub. So we've got some great videos up there, some of our fun exploits in Fortnite. And I was reading an article today that Xbox is being, not discontinued, but Sam's Club and I think Costco or couple of big, box stores are not selling Xbox anymore, and then potentially, this is all rumors. I was trying to dig into it. They're maybe going to go the software route, and maybe have the next console is going to be uber high end, like $1,000 console. Now, anyone in the chat knows better, but it was interesting that they're having all these clearances, and some of these big stores aren't going to be selling Xboxes anymore. It's really strange, especially we're coming up on the holiday season. So, but so if you guys know anything of, I try to follow gaming. I used to read Computer Gaming World almost as religiously as my comic books when they'd come in. I get that computer gaming magazine, and God, I would read that like crazy, cover to cover. Basically, had to read that. So I follow the gaming news, but not as much as I used to. But that was really interesting. Yep. Oh, and I mean, the Cowabunga said Amazon didn't let us down with the Lord of the Rings. Oh wait, yeah, right. Ouch. Yep. Yeah. Oh, Tolkien could have, if he had seen that. Ouch, that would have hurt. Yeah. And James Bond is no MacGyver. LOL. Yeah, that was the cool thing about MacGyver, right? Yeah, MacGyver shouldn't have weapons in his poster, right? I mean, but he would use a Swiss Army knife, but he would use it to do something, not hurt people. But yeah, he would MacGyver up a solution, avoiding avoiding, outright violence. Or I guess you could say the A team were almost like pacifists too, right? Because they never hit anyone with all those weapons going off, right? I think BA got shot one time, or maybe like 2 or 3 times characters got shot on that show, but pretty rare. They'd open fire, letting out hundreds of rounds, and no one got hit. Yeah. Crazy. Yep, yep. Without Bond, we wouldn't have MacGyver. Yeah, probably not. Yeah, that's an outlaw. Yeah, it's kind of a, he's a, kind of an agent, a spy too, I guess, in many ways. So, and if anyone is watching the sports ball, unbelievably, the Buffalo Bills, I apologize for the sports balling, who have an undefeated record, or playing the Patriots, who haven't been good in years, are, the 2-2 Patriots, but the Patriots are up 20-10 in the fourth quarter with 9 minutes left. So pretty, it'd be a huge upset if this happens. But the Bills are driving; they might score here. But yeah. And Phantom's a $6 million man. Bionic Woman met. Oh yeah, that was when they met Bigfoot. Man, we talked about meeting Bigfoot. I don't know how much we talked about that. I mean, that was such a huge deal when Bigfoot and the Bionic Man, and then wasn't Lindsay Wagner, this Bionic Woman, yet she had her origin on the Bionic Man, right? She didn't have her own show at first, and then she had the spin-off show, correct? That's what I'm remembering, but it's been a while since the 70s, right? But yeah, that was wild when they met Bigfoot. Yep. And the funny thing was, when the aliens were watching Steve Austin run, he was also running in slow motion on their monitors. I think they tried to explain it away somehow too, but yes, that was pretty funny. Yeah, because whenever he ran super fast, it was in slow motion. Yep, yep. Hey, Joe Dog. He says, "What's up? Comic fact: Superman, the Justice League of America, and DC Comics are not hipster and sarcastic." Are you trying to compare that to James Gunn and Peacemaker? I think you might be. Yep, yep. Now I do like Peacemaker. We're going to definitely talk about that tonight, but kind of like its own thing. It was almost like, you remember, I was thinking about that today, like, if it was kind of like Agents of Shield day again, where it was, in the universe, but really didn't have much to do, and they would always talk about, who they were tying. And later on in the show, they did have more tie-ins, or villains or heroes appear. They'd Sif on one episode, but for the most part, it was kind of walled off in the universe. Maybe just some mentions there, but yeah, I do really like Peacemaker. But it's almost like, it's like an alternative universe, or it's just kind of weird how that he's trying to tie that into the rest of the DC universe. It's just kind of like leave it its own thing, and we don't really need it to tie in. Yep. Oh, and Maddie's daddy. Yep. Shazam and the Secrets of Isis. Not the bad guys. The girl that looked amazing in that superhero costume. Who played Isis? That was wowzers. I knew what team I was on when that show was on the air as a young kid. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to search that on Google. I'm gonna get in trouble. Yep, search the wrong thing. And I know you guys have got the name first before I do. But yeah, let's see. What was the actress? And I think she pass? Oh, I hate to say it. I think didn't she pass away just a few years ago? Yeah, but that was the Shazam. Then they had that Shazam ISIS hour. Yep. And who the heck was? All right, it's in the chat. I'm sure you get. Let me get my chat up here. Usually I put the chat up on the left so I can, because I'm back on the StreamYard chat, and then I want to make sure I get the regular chat going so I can respond there. Let's see here. Pop out chat. There, that's my trick. I pop out the chat, put it on the left side of my monitor, and then I got the StreamYard there so I can kind of skim all the chats at once. Yep, yep. Joanna Cameron. Yeah, and I knew Brian. Thank you, Brian. Yep, yep. Yeah, wowzers. Yeah, God, was she gorgeous or what? 1975, and she passed away October 15th, 2021. Oh, so basically 4 years ago. Yeah, but Wowzer, she was a cutie patootie. Yep. God bless her. Yep. The Power of Isis. Yeah, those shows were just a lot of fun, and yeah, a little cheesy, but they were good 70s cheese, right? Yep. And then and second, I'm not rewatching superhero movies. It's getting tiresome. Well, they got to be good, Joe Dog, right? I mean, just like anything else, if they're not good, yep. And speaking of pizza, I had some for my birthday lunch. Hey, Donnie, is your birthday? Well, happy birthday. I'm not going to sing for you because I don't want to ruin your day, but that's great, Donnie. Happy birthday, and hope you had a great day and got lots of Power Rangers toys and movies and DVDs and statues and some costumes. Yep. Oh, and the crossovers are rolling in. Yeah, Scooby Doo and Batman. Oh man, that was a good one. That was really good. Yeah, I did like Scooby Doo and Batman. That was a fun one. Yep. And Gap is in the chat. Hail to Gap. And we've got Captain Infinity time traveling from tomorrow in New Zealand. Great to have you, Captain Infinity. I don't know if we're going to hit any time travel tonight, but you never know. I was just looking at a show on Netflix, and one of the rules that it was a show, I think it's it was a Korean show or foreign language Asian show, and one of the rules, of course, it was about genies. One of the rules is no raising people from the dead and no time travel. So I was thinking of Captain Infinity when they said that. Yep, it looked like an interesting show. I might try to watch it. Yep. And Tim is here. Says I heart clobbering times. Great to see you, Tim. On here, I'm catching up my own chat. Here's Metalorian's link. So please again sub to Metalorian. Yep. Oh yeah, I got the Metalorian in here too. Right here we go. If you're a channel member, there we go. We got his avatar in there. Yep. And we've got the Mandalorian movie coming out with Grogu. We could probably watch that trailer too and talk about that. And Donnie says, neither Happy Days nor Mork and Mindy would have existed if not for Love American Style. I remember that show. That was a fun show. That was on, I guess I watched it on reruns as a kid. Probably was on like in the morning or something. Yep. Oh, how much did the chief want this time for you to camp in the beach? Well, he's actually a scout leader, so we didn't have to give him too much protection money, but we were joking. We said, if we get attacked by raccoons and skunks, do you have any weapons with you? He's like, no, that'd be too much paperwork. Too tough to explain. Yeah. But yeah, they down at the beach, there's deer and, damn conservationists, bringing all this nature back to life. But yeah, I was cooking and I had my gloves on so I can get my phone on fast enough. Family of turkeys went by right by our stove as they're cooking, and yeah, they're just going through the woods there. Like, oh, probably not good to eat wild turkeys, but yeah, couldn't get a picture of them. It was too fast. Yep. Hey, Brian Barth. The Three Stooges meet Frank. When did the Three Stooges meet Frankenstein? Did one of them have an abnormal brain too? I don't remember that one, but I'm not going to doubt the great Steve Mitchum. Yep. Oh, when Shazam met Isis, the Battle of the Network Stars. Yeah, let me show some pictures. I don't know if I can show clips, but I mean, could you imagine doing that today? The insurance rates. I mean, I know they had it with football players. They had some competitions. Kind of makes makes sense, right? But Battle of the Network Stars. I mean, my God. Oh, they did one in 2017. I'm seeing. I thought that was. Let's see. Let me goggle this. Battle of the Network Stars. But that was a big deal back then. Robert Conrad. He was a really good athlete. So, yeah, and they had all these like running competitions, swimming, weightlifting, and like a red versus blue team. Here, let me share my screen here. And yeah, I can't imagine. They said they did it in 2017, but let me share my screen here. Does anyone remember Battle of Network Stars? Yep. Yeah, we got Farrah Fawcett right there, Howard Cosell, but they did all. Oh, we got a super chat. So let me get to that. But they had all kinds of crazy competition. Oh, there's Laura, Sarah Gilbert. Yeah, Conrad's there. Yep. All these. Is that Buck Rogers there? Yep. Oh, Greg Evigan from BJ and the Bear. Oh, that's Aaron Gray from Buck Rogers. Yep. Yeah. So it's just crazy that they did this back then. Yeah. Gabe Carter. Yep. Yeah, Linda Carter there. Wow. Yeah. So and you can see why that's so highly rated. But let me get to the super chat. I'm going to skip all the way down here. Way down. I got to catch up to the chat. I'm still in the chat tonight. But wowzers, we got a $5 super chat. Thank you, Jeremiah. And he says, "Should I get my comic book graded? Depending on what it's about." Well, I've never had any of my books graded. Personal decision. You know, a lot of people think that if you get a book graded, you know, it's just a slab. You know, they call them slabs, and you can never, you know, read it again or look at it. And I think probably the best book in my collection, I think, is probably FF49. And I sent Mike, our buddy Clobber Times, pictures of it. You know, because he was an expert grader, and he's like, "Well, I'm out of practice." I'm like, "Mike, you're out of practice. You know, bazillion times more about comics than me, and I think I know a little bit." And he's like, "All right, buddy, yeah." But so he was telling me what he thought it was worth, and he actually said, "Well, yeah, if you're gonna get one slab," he's like, "I don't like slabbing, but." I was trying to, say to him, yeah, maybe that would be one to get slabbed, or, a couple of more valuable comics. But the one thing it does, it protects the comic, but you do have to change. There is a desiccant in it. You do have to change it every 10 years too. So there's like a filter you got to change in there, but it does, protect your comics. But I mean, you don't have to slab it. I mean, unless you're, if it's one that you're planning on selling, as long as you've got your comic in a really nice bag, fresh, high-end bag or Mylar bag that's, no acid in it. And what I've done too is you can buy, for some of my better comics, you can buy, I don't know if, let me look on the Amazon if they still have it. Like they were plastic sleeves, or actually Atomic Empire. I love Atomic Empire, but everyone does Amazon. But they were like these comic sleeves you can buy. And I've also got some hard plastic sleeves. So I would bag the comic and then put it in like these hard plastic sleeves to protect. So it's like, and I have them in a special box. So they're, they're like, well, there's top loaders, first of all. So let me put these, let me open like a new tab. Top loaders are one thing that will keep your books extra protected. I know we're going to take Farrah Fawcett off of there. Sorry, Farrah. But yeah, so you've got these top loaders that are basically like sleeves. So that's like a double protection there. So that works pretty well. And then let me see if I can find. Let's see if I'm going to put Farrah back on. Let's see if I can find those hard plastic cases. Let's see, comic cases maybe. Let's see. Oh, let's see if my keyboard's working. Hello, computer. Let's see. Oh, this is the box that I have all my special comics in. Let me show you that. We'll put the link into that one. Let's see. So here is. Oh, sometimes these windows pop up. So let me put this in. Okay, so this is like a heavy duty, and again, I apologize for taking Farrah off the screen, but this is like a heavy duty box. And what's good about this box is it'll work for Silver Age and Golden Age. So if you do have any of those sleeves in there, it'll actually handle those sleeves. If you had just one type of comic, you put the cover on there, but it's super heavy duty, and I keep my better comics in there, so that works out pretty good. So it's it's solid plastic, so if you got a cardboard box, something gets dropped on the box, that could squash it. So yeah, that's something that to consider too. And let's see if I can find now. Let's see if we'll go back to Farrah. Let's see if I, what poster was on my wall in the 70s. Yep. Let's see if I can find the comic cases. Let's see. Well, they have display holders, top holder. Where maybe it was discontinued, but it was pretty nice. That, like it was a plastic display case. Magnetic comic book holder. I'm not seeing it, but I mean, if you go to Amazon, you can find. They have like display holder, but this looks like that doesn't look good. Actually, when I met Ethan Van Scriber years ago, I got him to sign his Green Lantern 1 through 6 or 1 through 5, and never I got to get him to sign that last issue, and I put those all in those like crystal clear holders. Yep. But anywho, you get the idea. But what I would say is, if you something you're gonna read, you probably don't rated more money, typically for a graded book. The other thing people are doing now, they're restoring their comics. There's a lot of controversy about that in terms of should you restore a comic? They people press them and make them look good, and they can do some wonderful things. But then is it then it's supposed to be marked as restored? Then is it the same value? Old cars now, what they're doing, they're saying there's a whole market now where they just say, or don't restore it, just leave the patina in there, just leave them as it is, and it's worth more that way to some people. Yep. So, but again, thank you, Jeremiah. I hope that was a long-winded answer. I hope that I got to see if you had any questions in the chat too, but that's my long-winded answer about slabbing comics, and I might slab a few of them. But the other thing, you have to pay a percentage of what the comic is worth too, which is kind of crazy when you think about it. But so if your comic is worth a ton of money, you're gonna have to pay a percentage of that too when you get it graded. So yep. Joyce DeWitt. Now Joyce DeWitt was a cutie patootie too on Three's Company. As cute as Chrissy was, right? Christmas Snow, Christmas Noel Snows. Chrissy's full name on Three's Company. Joyce DeWitt was pretty damn cute too. Yep. They kind of played up the great Suzanne Summers as Chrissy is the sex symbol, but Joyce DeWitt was no slouch too, as you can see from this photo. But yeah, it's Battle of the Network Stars. Yeah, Tom Selleck in the dunk cage. Yeah. Just such a crazy show. Yeah. So I guess they said they had one in 2017, but yeah, that was a fun one. Yeah, Circus of the Stars. Yeah. This is 2017 Battle of the Network Stars. Let's check this one out. What the heck was this? They had a reunion of the old network stars, maybe? What the heck was this? Yeah, having watched the first Battle of the Network Stars, I know what to expect. Yeah, Laura's versus the White House, Doctors of Child Stars. Yep, also the previous shows. Yep. All right. Well, I guess that's got to be the last last one that was on. Yeah. Crazy. Yep. Well, let me catch up to the chat. I'm way behind in the chat now, I'm sure. Let's see. Donnie's doing amazing. Good. Yep. The Heather Thomas Locklear episode was the hottest. Yeah, that'd be a good one. Yep. And Bleep the Thunder, bring back the Sonics, says Keeley. Yep. One year CBS had both Linda Carter and Lou Ferrigno, Wonder Woman and the Hulk. Yeah. I'm sure Linda Carter was a good athlete too. Yep. She was Wonder Woman, right? She had to be. Hey, Captain Kirk. Is that Heather Thomas there? Was it Heather Thomas who was on TJ Hooker? I think it was. Yeah. I mean, that's got to be so. Go back to watch that show. That's got to be fun. Yeah. But yeah, but you'd never do that. There's Linda Carter. Yeah. You'd never do that today. You don't want to get hurt. Yeah, yeah. And remember to subscribe and clobber like. Yep, yeah. And Steve says that for including shows that spawned other shows and when it was all in the family. Yep, spawned the Jeffersons, Maude, Good Times via Maude, and Archie Bunker's Place. Yep, yep. Hey, Professor R2 is here. Hey, R2. He says once it's graded, it becomes an artifact. Right? And here's the thing: getting it graded, they just get 10% of the value of the book. You can just buy a slab and put it in that case yourself. That's true, Phantom. Yeah, if you did want to slab it yourself, yep. But I mean, it's maybe worth doing if you've got some really, hey, your mileage may vary, but really valuable stuff. You might want to slab it to protect it. And then the other thing I look at it too, it's like those are easy books to sell. God forbid you needed to sell something. I never want to sell anything, or my kids, oh, we don't want Dad's comics. He's gone. Let's sell them. Then that would make those easier to sell. Yep. And Admiral Teague is here from Saving Star Trek. Hey, Admiral. So let us. Hey, I'm in the mood to play a couple of Star Trek clips here.
No bloody A, B, C, or D.
I protest. I am not a merry man.
Jake, if I never see another class,
It'll be too soon.
So check out the Admiral, of course, on his reviews of Enterprise on Saturday night, and I think we're in season 3 right now. Yeah, season 3. I dropped in to say hi because I was camping this weekend, of course. But yep, check out Admiral Teague on Saturday, and of course all his other shows as well. But yeah, I do love Enterprise. Yeah, Enterprise, and Clobby was a big fan of Enterprise as well. So yeah, an underrated Star Trek series, and of course we've got rumors of. Maybe bringing back Archer. God, it would be so good if they just erased all the Discovery crapola and yeah, this kind of stuff.
That was disturbingly not delicious. Sorry, I ordered mac and cheese on purpose. I'm trying new things because my comfort zone has become uncomfortable.
Yeah, when your comfort zone has become uncomfortable when you try mac and cheese, and you're trying to become a Starfleet captain. But yeah, hopefully they could memory hole all that Garbaggio and yeah, then just start fresh. Like, yeah, if they had an Archer series or did something with Archer, that would be pretty cool. Or just erase everything and go forward or do something new. Oh God, that would be so good, but probably not going to get it. Yep. And Teak says Farrah can stay, right? Yep. Yeah, leave Farrah up there. Yeah, let's see. What would you like to see the show back on the air? Battle of the Network Stars. Yep. And Keeley says, if Disney Star Wars was an NBA team, it would be under the Oklahoma City. It'd be the Oklahoma City Thunder. Yep. Oh, Fanty says, yep. Let's say Giant Size X-Men #1. Let's say graded 5K. You need to pay them, I think, 75 plus 500 more. That's insane. Yeah. So yeah. What if you don't have that kind of smack? Hey, okay, you guys get to keep the comic. Give me the 5K. I mean, that's that can be big money. Yeah, if you've got an expensive comic. So yeah, that's a problem. I think they do that at shows. They'll do quick grading, but yeah, it's you can go to the first day of the show and then come back. They'll grade them for you, but I think they still charge you the same. Yeah. But and then there's been a huge backlog of grading and the time, and yeah, it's just I don't know. Each their own, I guess. Yeah, but there's some people that are vehemently against grading comic books. Yep. And Donnie says this marks a year since I've seen Hans Zimmer live in concert at Climate Pledge Arena at the Seattle Center. Bestest birthday gift ever. Well, I did get to see Hans Zimmer. And actually, one of my best friends is actually named Hans Zimmer. I won't give away his middle name. I'll just say the initial is J. but he goes by his middle name, and of course, then you find out your friends' names. Like my friends, one of my best buds was passed. Rob, God rest his soul. His middle name was Eugene. He never let anyone know his middle name was Eugene. No offense to you, Eugene's out there. Not that about Gene. It's a cool name, Gene, right? But Eugene, I guess, is gone out of favor. So he was always REL or his initials, and he used that everywhere. But we never knew he was Eugene till years later. So, but yeah, I did get to see Hans Zimmer at the Barclay Center, courtesy of my son, who works there, and got in to see. It was in a luxury box. It was pretty amazing. Got there we were there like a half hour early, but it was so crowded. We missed we could hear the Wonder Woman theme, that song to open it, but we're kind of walking through the corridors. But yeah, that was really awesome. Amazing concert. That was a lot of fun. And they ended with the Lion King song, which is really, really cool. Yep. And Donnie says, Hans Zimmer is tied with Danny Elfman as my number 2 film score composer. Tied between John Williams and the late Alfred E. Newman. Well, those are all great composers, of course. We think of the Superman theme, right? Would that? I mean, yes, the movie would have been amazing, right? But would it have been as good without that amazing Superman song? I mean, right? So yeah, it's just and the Star Trek, Star Trek the motion picture theme, right? That's become de facto. You hear that, that's Star Trek, right? Everyone knows that. Everyone knows that. So the great Jerry Goldsmith, who also composed the theme for Patton, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. And Keeley is not a fan of. Or are you a fan of the Oklahoma City Thunder and they're just losing, or? And Donnie says here, the same Alfred Newman who composed the fanfare for was now 20th Century Studios, originally created for the original 20th Century Pictures. Yeah, and when I first saw Star Wars, I thought that meant that 20th Century fanfare, which is awesome. I thought that meant a Star Wars movie was going to play. Yeah. Very cool. Yeah. Up here's the top loaders. Oh, I gotta keep going through this chat. Yeah. Oh, they made changes. Books over 1K, it's 4% of the value, but over 1K, they charge a minimum of $115. Okay. Yeah, because is it that much more work? I mean, that's fast to just charge for the value of, if I fix a computer, do I, get to pay, okay, I'm going to charge you more because the computer, I'm going to charge you a percentage of what the computer's worth. Yep. And if I wanted to watch a dumpster fire and the Super Bowl show, I'll watch Batwoman. That show is living proof that Carolyn's and the Batwoman riders are the greatest Batman villains. Yeah. Oh my God, it was fun to laugh watch. I don't want to say hate watch. I don't hate watch it, but just laugh watch it, like Clobby and I did with Strange Nude Worms. And yeah, that was that show was so, like the first episode when the Batmobile can't catch a white van down by the river. Oh God, it was just terrible. Yep. Oh, so fans, if it's 5K, they get 200 to slab it. All right, that's still a shit ton of money, but not as outrageous, I guess. Yep, but still quite a bit, right? I mean, this picture keeps showing up with the Joyce DeWitt there. Yep, she covered up the good parts. Yeah. So let's see. Let's keep going through this chat here. Yep. They charge for 75 present book with a fair market value up to 200, then flat 27. Okay. Probably people got too, we're going crazy over that. Yep. Hello, 70s nurses. Yep. And Teague says Circus of the Stars was hilariously dumb. Loved it. Yeah, was it that they had the stars doing circus performances, right? I think I remember people like the girl from Little House on the Prairie trying to learn the trapeze, right? Or I'm trying to. It's been so long, right? Yeah, wasn't she trying to learn the trapeze or do all kinds of stuff? Yeah, and plus, I mean, you got to be really talented to be a circus performer too. So, I mean, yeah, maybe you're young and in good shape, but yeah, it can't be that easy. Is that Brooke Shields? Yep. Gil Gerard. Yep. 19 episodes in all. 77. Wow. Circus of the Stars. Let's see. Let's see. Well, you got to be in good shape. Oh, is Joni and Chachi on the? Oh no, that's just Scott Baio. Yep. Yeah. Heather Thomas is gorgeous, of course, and don't forget Marky Post, right? Marky Post, who passed away just a few years ago. Wow, she was gorgeous too. Yeah. So let's see. Circus of the Star. What the heck was this? Let's read the Wikipedia of this. You never know what you get on Sunday Night Geekery, right? We haven't gotten to Peacemaker yet. We're talking Circus of the Stars. Yeah. And Brian is Locklear was on TJ Hooker. Thank you. Yep. Heather Locklear. Okay. Yep. Heather Thomas was Fall Guy. Yeah. Thank you guys. Yep. Yeah. I'm behind here, but you're right. Yep. And Wes Cagle, member for 21 months. Thank you so much, Wes Cagle. Janet over Chrissy. Marianne over Ginger. Well, I'm not going to, although I do love my Gingers. I married one in real life. But yeah, Janet is pretty damn good looking. And I've been rewatching Three's Company, or watching it in order, I guess, streaming. I mean, I've watched it through the years. Sure, I missed lots of episodes. Well, the one thing is, wow, Jack is very handsy in there. Some of that stuff would never fly on today's TV. I'm like, well, he just goes and he plants kisses on Chrissy and Janet all the time. Of course, it's all in good fun, but then some of the innuendo he's got towards the girls are wild. Yeah, just really a fun show. But yeah, sometimes Jack is a little bit over the top there with the being handsy. Of course, that was the 70s, right? It's the way it was. Yeah. So let's see. What's the show about? Okay, Circus of the Stars was an annual television special. Celebrities perform circus-type acts, filmed at Universal Pictures lot. 19 shows in total. Broadcast first in 77. Last was 94. Towards the end of its life, the program title was changed slightly. Concept is performed in other countries. I guess Melissa Sue Anderson. Yep. I kind of remembered she was on. Yeah, Lucy Arnaz. Yep. Let's see. Ed Asner. Harry Anderson. Let's see. Oh, Karen Black. Yeah. Danielle Brizois. She was on Archie Bunker's Place. She was Archie's adopted. Was that the adopted kid? Yeah, quite a list there. Yep. I'm sure some of those are on the YouTubes. Yep, we can watch those. Yep. Circus of the Stars. God. And we got another super chat from Charlotte. Oh, thank you, Charlotte. Is that Australian? $2 with the really cute sticker here. Look at that cute sticker. Thank you so much. Let's play some clips for that. Thank you, Charlotte. Much appreciated. Let's play some clips. Let me put my chat back there. But thank you. Let's see. What should we play here? Let's find something good here.
Hey, Jim! Whoa! Excuse me. That's a bad outfit!
Superman!
Groovy.
How about something from The Princess Bride? We haven't done Princess Bride in like 30 minutes. Yep. Let's see here. Let's do About this
True
one.
love is the greatest thing in the world. Except for nice MLT, mutton, lettuce, and tomato sandwich when the mutton is nice and lean and the tomatoes are ripe. They're so perky. I love that.
You fell victim to one of the classic blunders. The most famous is never get involved in a land war in Asia, but only slightly less well known is this: never go in against a Sicilian when death is on the line.
Thank you again for that super chat. Yep. Yeah, never go in against a Sicilian when death is on the line, for sure. Here we go. Let's get that there. Oh, there we go. All right, let's keep going through this chat. This is awesome tonight. Yep. Let's see. Let me catch up here. Oh, season 3 for 3 more episodes. Yep. And we'd sadly get to the season 4, the end of season 4. But the Enterprise always worked better for me streaming together, especially that 3rd season. Yep, yep. And Teak says, "Yep, we want Archer back. Trek United." I would love to see that happen again. Yep. And then that was the rumor too on Disgracery that they, the dude in the end was supposed to be Archer. I think. Did it end up being Archer? I can't remember now. But yeah. Phil Spector versus Alec Baldwin for Beck's Marksman. Ouch. Battle Network stars. Yep. He goes by Hans Gruber. Oh yeah, I'm talking about her favorite villain there. Yep, from Die Hard. And wowzers, the Patriots have beaten the Buffalo Bills. Inconceivable. No one would have picked that one. So let's play. Let's play Inconceivable. Where's my Inconceivable? Well, here. This is for R2.
It's because a droid don't pull people's arms out of their sockets when they lose.
Where's my? I think I reorganized my clips. So did I put them in alphabetical order? Where's Inconceivable? It's Inconceivable. I can't find Inconceivable. Here we go.
Inconceivable. 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 Inconceivable.
You keep using that word. I don't think it means what you think it means.
Yeah. So, yep. I'm sure I don't do any kind of gambling of any way, shape, or form, but I'm sure people, there's certain people out there probably not too happy tonight because that I would never have picked, never would have picked Buffalo to lose to New England. But hey, come on. Couldn't my Giants have played well today? God, the Giants got totally destroyed today. Oh, they started off good, but God, got ugly. It was almost like being a Jets fan. Sorry, Teague. And the Jets got destroyed too today. But the Giants showed a glimmer of hope with their new quarterback, and then oh God, it was 5 turnovers in the second half. It was ugly. Yeah. So let's see. Yep. And Teague likes Goldsmith better than Williams. Well, that could be a controversial opinion, but Jerry Goldsmith has got some great themes, great music. Yep. And Lenrod is here. Hey, Lenrod. It's possible I won the Patton album by Jerry Goldsmith. Well, I have the Patton album on my wall behind my camera there. And it hit up by King Kong. And King Kong is holding Uhura in his left hand. But yeah, that's a great album. I got that vinyl in there. But I don't play vinyl anymore. Just, listen. Don't tell anyone. I don't play the vinyl. I just stream it or listen to it. Yep. But yeah, vinyl does have a nice sound. Yeah, but that's framed on my wall. Michaels does that too, where you buy those frames for your albums. Very cool to put on your walls. Yep. Yeah. And let's see here. I'm not a Sonics fan. I sympathize with them because their team was stolen. Okay, I got you, Keely. No, now I know what you mean. Yep. There you go. Yep. And down for Star Trek United. No disrespect to the no more prequels. Make it so. Well, if you do, like Enterprise was a really well done prequel. It's just got to be good. It's got to be good TV, right? It's got to be good, and not the current guys. I mean, the last season of Strange New Worlds was just so poorly written. I mean, the characters are so quirky, and none of the characters seem like the characters. I mean, you watch Star Trek Continues and just fan made stuff, and it just yes, some of the effects aren't the best, and it's on a budget, but it never doesn't feel like Star Trek. It's just so yeah. Because the only thing I hate to watch is an Auburn football game. Roll Tide. Yep, yeah. Back when there were network stars, the ancient times. Yep, yeah. There was a season 2 episode of Batwoman that I did not know. Yeah, they went didn't yeah, it was two seasons. Yeah, it was 2 seasons, I think. Yep, yep. And then Joyce DeWitt. Yep. And she is so spunky and fun. I mean, I've saw her signing some autographs at a con on just on YouTube. And wow, she's a lot of fun. She's very much with it. God bless her, and great with the fans. Yep, yep. The worst episode of Batwoman, the only one I forced myself to watch, was the Crisis crossover where Batwoman killed Kevin Conroy, Batman, still SMH. And I don't think Kevin Conroy was so happy about that either, what they did with his character and made him like an evil Batman. I think at first we all thought it was going to be, the Batman from Batman Beyond with Terry McGinnis, and then he had this exoskeleton he was wearing, and then someone I did watch it, but was he the Batman, the Bruce Wayne from Batman Beyond? But he turned out to be a villain, which is horrible. Yeah, it was just horrible, horrible, horrible. Elseworlds, but yeah. Circus of Stars was hilarious. They had Paul Williams jump from a plane, yeah. And Lee Merriweather did some fairly impressive acrobatics. I can only imagine. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, actors, yeah, they work and get so much residuals, right? Yeah, now after you get they get paid so much, Oh, I do have an article to talk about broadcast TV tonight too. Yeah, yeah. My interest in Paul Williams was the 1992 animated series of Batman. Either that or we've only just begun. Yep, yep. And the bot is telling everyone to clobber that like button. Thank you, Stream Elements bot. Yep. And there's no Star Trek movies after Nemesis. Yeah, yeah. And Marky Post was always rumored. This is a rumor to be Bill Clinton's girlfriend. Well, you're saying it wasn't Hillary? Hillary wasn't his girlfriend? Subtle Latino slang. Yeah, and I always the off-color joke. Cover your ears, slight earmuffs. But I think Letterman told this joke. But talking about Bill Clinton's El Camino. And Bill Clinton said he'd astroturf in the back, and then I think this was Letterman. Joke was, well, that's where he first planted flowers, aka Jennifer Flowers. Which of course that affair turned out to be true. But could you imagine another thing that was inconceivable? Could you imagine a politician having an affair? I can't believe it. It was just unbelievable. It never happened before. But yeah. So let's see. Donnie's saying that will be Paramount Skydance. Will they replace Kurtzman and get Kiva Goldsmith as Trek partners with anyone who understands that IP from the get-go? Trust me. Well, I'd like to see some good Trek someday again. It hasn't happened in a long time. Suffered through Discovery, and yeah, the consensus I think for most people is Discovery was a total disaster. And I was hoping that they would do a spinoff with pick Christopher Pike. Be careful what you wish for, on the Enterprise. And Spock is written so poorly. Nurse Chapel's written poorly. I mean, I think the actress is great. She's a really cute one. But yeah, it's just she. I don't blame the actors. It's the writing, right? So it's just terrible. And Scotty's on. They've got this guy playing Kirk, and just not that impressive as Kirk. I thought one episode where they did go to the past, and they had I do like the Navigator, the actress who does the Navigator, but of course they've got to tie it to Khan, and she's got to be Khan's descendant. It's so ridiculous. I think there was like an episode where they went to the past, and see we did get into time travel, and I think they're trying to prevent someone from dying to prevent the future. I'm not going to get into old timey wimey stuff now, but they did have some good moments in the episode, but just tying it into Khan, and this season was just so goofy. It was just really ridiculous. Yeah, totally nuts. Yeah, yeah. And some would say none after First Contact. Yeah. Did my comment about Batman Green Hornet get to? I don't think so, Maddie. I thought I read that comment. I thought I read it. Well, Batman Green Hornet. You know, I'm wearing my glasses tonight, and it's an old prescription because I went camping, didn't put my glasses in, and the screen is a little bit blurrier. So, but I thought I could have sworn I read that comment. But yeah, that's a great. Yeah, Batman Green Hornet, and it wasn't. Didn't they try to write out, the great Bruce Lee, from Green Hornet? You know, they didn't want him to be as much of a star in that show. Of course, back then it was, you had an Asian, actor superhero. It was groundbreaking. Yeah. One of the first ever crosses was when George Reeves' Superman was on I Love Lucy. Yeah, that's right. He actually wanted to be billed as George Reeves, but they billed him as Superman. I think there was not a controversy, but I think he wanted to be, billed as George Reeves on that show. Yep, yep. Let's see here. Yep, Brian, the Pats win. Yep, yep. Oh, and season 4, so many multiple part episodes. They're only like 10 to 12 stories. Was that the season Ron Moore was more involved with? Was he more involved? Did he start with season 3 and then season 4? I'm trying to remember. Not much sports gambling here in Wisconsin, only on the res. Yep, yeah. What about what Yankees? What happened? The Yankees didn't play this weekend, did they? I don't think so, because I didn't want to watch that game. Well, I'm hoping. Well, the Yankees got clobbered. They got into the series, the 5-game series, but they got clobbered, and then they got clobbered again, 13-7. So yeah, the Yankees came back with 5 runs in the 7th, but what are you gonna say? What are you gonna say, right? Just unhailed exceptions incurred. Damn Microsoft framework. Yep. So probably the Yankee season is over. Never say never until the fat lady sings. But yeah, next game is on Wednesday, October 8th. Okay. Yep. Come on, I gotta quit. Sorry, my Microsoft.net is not responding. Close the program. The thing always crashes. Yep. There we go. Yep. So yeah, it's just a huge loss for the Yankees, but you thought they were going to come back a little bit, but yeah, you can't erasing that kind of deficit. We don't have pitch, like you got to have the pitching in these playoffs. Yep. So it's just a bummer, but yeah, they could come back and win it. But I just don't like these these short series are really, really tough to recover from. Beating the Red Sox was tough enough. You got that short 3-game series, but best win 2 games. But yeah, it was tough loss for the Yankees. Yeah, but yeah, no one's going to complain when the Yankees are losing, right? So and Aaron Judge finally had some hits today, but yeah, yesterday struck out with the bases, or 2 days ago struck out with the bases loaded. So that was ugly. But yeah, you got to have your best players, shine at those moments. Yeah, yeah. NFL is a scam. Fans of Stadium D. I mean, the Jets actually won. The Jets did not win. Hey, RobAltis says, just returned from Taiwan. I'm going through severe jet lag. For me, it's 11:30 Monday morning. So you're time traveling too. God bless you. Yeah. Well, thank you for being here. But get to bed. I don't know. Or stay up. Maybe we'll help you stay up, or maybe we'll put you to sleep. Yeah. But yeah, so I'm glad you're back safe, and yep, hope you get back to a normal time zone soon. Yeah, that's a rough one. Yeah, I mean, coming back from Europe's not so bad, but yeah, I can only imagine what that's like. Ouch. Yep. The Jersey Giants and Jets both lost. Yep, yep. Oh, and you meant Akiva Goldsman. Okay, yep. And Lenron says modern vinyl is just merch. The sound quality is pretty trash compared with old LPs. I have heard that, yeah. Unless you've got sometimes some of this collector vinyl, you know, they have really, if it's a special, you know, pressing, and they have you know, heavyweight. Yeah, I've heard some of the stuff is cheap, and I think most people just buy it just to look at. Is my guess. Yeah, like the one thing I wish did get was the Beatles. They had the vinyl. It was very expensive, but all the American albums, the first 5 or 6 albums on vinyl, really cool box set with a book and all kinds of special stuff. But I think it was north of 250. You know, I just yeah, uh, tough. Yeah. Uh, 3 season. I'm forgetting which show we're talking about here, which is 1 season too much. You're talking. I'm forgetting, Keely, what show. Sorry, I apologize. Um, Darcy says, "Where's Tom? No, I don't know where Tom is tonight. Hope Tom is doing well, and he didn't do a show tonight. So shout out to Tom, and hopefully we'll see him soon, or maybe he'll pop in. I don't know where Tom is tonight, but Tom's a busy guy, always doing lots of stuff and tons of shows. So if he can pop in, he will. Yep. And Donnie says, not all fans of Generations of Star Trek from TOS to S love season 3 of Strange Nude Worms. Who knew? Yep. Yeah, I think I don't know if you like season 3, Donnie, but I've heard I think a lot of the people were not happy with the direction of season 3 in terms of not well received, shall we say? In terms of the character studies that they did, people want to get back to more hard science fiction. I still haven't finished watching that season. I gotta do it. But like I was talking about the Gorn episode last week, there are elements that are in it that are good in terms of, you know, the navigator, she crashes, you know, on the planet, and, or, you know, the tropes. Yeah, you're in a shuttlecraft, and you know, you don't have all your supplies are destroyed, and yada yada yada. Some silly stuff, you know. Spock couldn't go on the shuttlecraft because the weight limitations. Is like, come on, it's that sensitive to 100 pounds of weight in a shuttlecraft. It's not a Cessna. So yeah, all these tropes, but that happens in sci-fi. But just the characters are just so poorly written, and tie the Metrons in again. It's like, come on, we've been there, done that. Don't do that. Yep. And Keely's saying Wes Moody's Star Trek prawn parodies were more like Star Trek than Kurtzman Trek. Yeah, and I think that got him in trouble. Yep. Oh, and Teague says, yeah, and this is I'm so far behind in the chat. I'm sorry. I think Kevin Conroy was Nightmare World Batman. Okay, yeah. The Batman who killed Superman. Okay, that would make sense, yeah. Batman Beyond, but he killed Joker and Superman others, yep. Evil Batman, yep. All Star Trek movies have Generations hallucinations of the Nexus. Prove me wrong. I rewatched that Nemesis movie again, and oh god, it's just so cringe in so many places. What the F in Nemesis? They've got anti-gravity technology, right? They've got spaceships. They remember in motion picture, they're fixing the bridge and they've got that really cool anti-gravity disc. I want one of those freaking anti-gravity discs to like hang up posters and do shit around the house, or cut the hedges, right? And they're riding in freaking ATVs, 4-wheel ATVs, chasing people in Star Trek. Couldn't they have made them hovercraft at least? Like, why the hell? You know, because I think it was Patrick Stewart wanted, you know, to have, you know, be like an action hero. It's like, come on. You've got anti-grav faster than light technology, and then they unload these freaking ATVs, and they're chasing people with ATVs in the beginning of the show. Oh my god. Oh, and Teague says the cage was a bad story anyway. Well, it was way too cerebral, right? That was your original view in the 60s, right, Teague? Yeah. No, I do like the cage. I do like the cage. So I don't know if it's a bad story, but I do. It's not Star Trek in terms of, you know, there's no Captain Kirk, but the bones are there without bones. I don't mind that story. It's not. I can see why they reshot the pilot and went for something a little bit more non-cerebral. But I do appreciate that that story with the keeper, and yeah, maybe it's a little hokey if they're that technologically advanced, they would figure out a way to save their race. But I did like the inspection of humanity inherent in that episode. And of course, Vina in the end, God, how tragic that was when they said they didn't know how to put a human back together because they'd never seen one before. Again, of course, maybe they would have, they're that high tech, they would have had a little bit better idea, especially since they kind of looked like us. Maybe it would have worked better if, in terms of that, if they were looked like the Horde or something crazy. But yeah, that was a tragic end that freaked me out as a kid. My God, that ending in the cage. And for years we only had the menagerie parts were in color, and then Roddenberry had his clip. Everything else was black and white. And then when they had that premiere of everything in color, I was like, wow, that's special. And then Gene introduced it. But yeah, it's rough track, but it's the seeds are there. The space seed is there, I think. Yep. Yeah, Paul Williams was in Battle for the Planet of the Apes. Yep. Oh, Menagerie! What a phenomenal episode the Menagerie is. Yeah, compare that to Mikey Spock and Discovery. That her rebellion, or when Spock does it, it's so earned and so heartfelt. Yes, he does, take over the ship and do, risk court martial, but it was so much more earned. When Mikey Spock does it, you don't even care about her character in the beginning. Yeah. Oh, I Love Lucy had John Wayne. Yeah, a lot of stars on that show. Yeah. Both Reeves and Lucy agreed it was better to save Superman to not confuse the kids. Okay, thank you, Phantom. But yeah, he was probably, I think, yeah, he did want his name on there, I think. Yep. They wanted Robin and to fight to a standstill. Bruce Lee was furious. Oh yeah. Yeah, who would win, Bruce Lee or Robin? Yeah. I don't know. Come on, you got Batman training. You're gonna be pretty good. Yeah. And you can't lose, right? You can't have Robin lose either. You don't. Yeah, that's what the standard. Superheroes meet. They get misunderstand, get into a fight. It's a tie, and then they become friends, right? Yep. And Tiga saying the Menagerie is Star Trek. The cage isn't, but the Pike part of Menagerie is about an unlikable jerk. That's an interesting take. Okay. I'm gonna have to watch it with knowing your thoughts on that, and I'll let you know what I think on that. Yep. Pitchers are pushed pretty hard these days, says Lenrod. Yeah, well, Yankees rookie that beat the Red Sox, Scott. He was amazing. Yep. Oh, Game 3 is on Tuesday. Oh crap! I got Toxic Tuesday. Yep. And I can't stand Wisconsin teams. Yep. Or Illinois Yahtzees. Sorry, Blues Brothers reference there. It's not a tough loss when you aren't even trying out yet. And 3-game series should be scrapped. It's lame. I agree. It's totally 100% with that, Scipio. I told my buddies who are all Red Sox fans, I used to rub it in more, but I'm like, yeah, the Yankees won, but this 3-game series sucked. They should put me in charge of baseball. We're going to get rid of that runner and extra innings on second base. Screw that. I do like the pitch count, but we're going to 154 games, and yeah, we're going to make the playoff. All right, I don't like all these gazillion rounds of playoffs, but they do it for money. Well, let's make the first round of playoffs best of 5, and the rest best of 7. We'll do 154 games schedule, right? How about that? And maybe go back to the unbalanced schedule, because I hate this balanced schedule. Everyone plays everyone the same. It's ridiculous. Yep. Totally ridiculous. So yeah, put me in charge and we'll fix baseball. Yeah. But I do like the pitch count has made a big difference. That's been pretty good. Yep. Let's see. Where am I in the chat here? Yep. The Jets won very easily. What are you talking about, the Jets? The Jets got clobbered today, right? Yeah. Are you time traveling, Teague, or you're from another dimension? What was the score of the Jets game? I don't want to say the keyword here. key my device. Yeah. Let's see. What did the Jets do today? Yeah, that was 37-22 against the Cowgirls. Yep. They got clobberometered in the second quarter, 20. Yeah. So Jets came back 16 points in the fourth quarter, but yeah. Judge and the boys don't get the pitches ahead when away like at home. Yep. Oh, ouch. Okay, all right. Well, I guess they did come back in the end. Okay, well, I gotta be true. Okay, so 3 throwing and 1 rushing TD. That's true. Okay, but they did play better than the Giants, I guess. Yep, that's for sure. Well, the Giants said they could combine the first half of the Giants and the last quarter of the Jets. We had a good team today. How about that? The 3-game series is the wild card. The playoff to go to 2 per league, and the 5 division championship and World Series are still 7 games. Yep. I just like I just don't like those really short series. Yeah, it's just too short. It's a money grab. Yep. The modern metal vinyls again have been fantastic quality, especially the heavyweight vinyls. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Needle turntable and stereo system make a difference too. Whereas we joke with one of my buddies, he makes cartridges, really high end stuff for turntables, and the other joke is, by the time you can afford my gear, your ears are so shot that you can't hear the difference. That's the running gag is, when you can afford the really good stereo equipment, but it does make you can hear the difference here, the quality system and really good turntable and gear. And yep. Oh, Lenore wants to get his hands on the 78 RPM Beatles pressings. They're hard to get. I wonder if I've got any of those. This is a parents' record collection. I know we've got a lot of those are the 45s, yeah, but I wonder if we have any 78s. Yep. They're only producing output, probably wouldn't have those. Okay, no, we definitely wouldn't have those. Yep. The Mandalorian says, I listen to an old school Marantz receiver with quality speakers. Does it have vacuum tubes? I still got my dad's he built a couple of stereos with vacuum tubes, and I still have a couple of his old real old classic stereos. I haven't hooked it up in a while, but one I used through high school, and these, like you had those 3-foot realistic speakers, they were awesome. And God, I just remember cranking Led Zeppelin when no one was home on there with the record player going. Yeah. But yeah, and a good receiver, yeah, that makes a huge difference in your speakers. And I've got a semi decent system right now with Atmos and really good definitive speakers with a nice subwoofer. My criteria when I bought my stereo system, I wanted Star Trek 2, the scenes in that to shake the house. I wanted the house to rumble. And I've been saving up. I bought the Bose, 5-speaker system. Like, it just doesn't sound as good as it does in the store. And I actually returned it. I was so disappointed by how it sounded at home, because it was in the store, it just sounded great. But when I brought it home, and it wasn't a powered subwoofer, and just didn't do it. So I actually sent that sucker back. And I remember reading one review at the time. They called it the Mariah Carey of speakers. Like, ouch. It was like this was 90s internet days where, bulletin boards and stuff. But yeah, it was so I got a definitive system. Yep. So not uber awesome, but pretty damn good. Yep. On the stream element spots, everyone reminding us to sub to Mrs. Dadman Walking. Yep. Everyone do that, please. Yep. And Donnie says, I don't hate Nemesis. It had some moments ago. There's a kick-butt score by the late Jerry Goldsmith. Yeah, there's a couple good moments, but the story is just so cockeyed there. And then the clone degeneration from basically, from Marvel Comics with Spider-Man. It's just a crazy, crazy thing. And they've been Star Trek has been so conned after the success of Wrath of Khan, motion picture is the most Star Trek of all the movies. And then we got, one of my all-time favorite movies, Star Trek, through the Wrath of Khan. But since then, they've been trying to, find their Lex Luthor, and you always got to have the big bad, and they were setting that up as, this big fight between these two, the clone, the real Picard and the clone. And they were going for that, Star Trek 2 vibe. Star Trek's not supposed to be, you're fighting a James Bond villain. You're supposed to be, supposed to be science fiction and exploration. So 2, 3, and 4 almost, you could argue are almost one movie together. Save the Whales, of course. It's just so fun. Probably the most successful Trek movie, and mainstream success too. Like all the normies love that. And more time travel. I know. See, time travel tonight. Yep. Fan says you need to read the Hugo Award story, The Cold Calculations. 100 pounds is the difference between getting to a planet in time or spacing a 100-pound girl who's stowed away. Oh, yep. I know that story. Have I read that story? But I know of that story. Yep. So, and then Red Dwarf did a takeoff on that story too, if memory serves. But just in Star Trek Discovery, Strange New Worlds, 100. I know, just a hokey setup versus that story. That's phenomenal. Yeah. And Donnie says first contact is more than my number one TNG movie, my number 2 overall Star Trek movie behind Wrath. Well, that was a very, very popular movie. And that was fun, and I got my wife and her friend, and we did a double date for that movie. So, and the ladies did actually kind of enjoy it, but we actually got them to go see that with us. So that was fun. Yeah. And Wes Cagle is saying The Cage is better than Menagerie. So we got something going on in the chat here. All right. And Donnie doesn't hate The Cage either. But Alexander Courage, of course, he had great score. Yep. No, Pike is brutal. Is a jerk. Kirk would never let the Telosian keep all the other captives. He would have said no way to that. That's a good point, Admiral. Okay, yeah, that's a different way to look at it. Yep, that's an original way to look at it. Would Kirk have found a way to save everyone? But of course, as Venus says at the end, she says that I want to stay here. So, and doesn't the don't they say that the at the end that they're gonna keep everyone, their experiments are over, and they're just gonna keep everyone quote unquote happy in the zoo there? I think that's what happens. Plus, they're so damn powerful, right, that they could destroy anyone that comes within that planet too. So I think that's why they had that ban on coming to the planet. But I've never thought of that way before. But I'm going to rewatch that now and see what from that point of view. But I love them both. Yeah. When we see The Cage, it sucks. And Pike is Wrath of Khan world where he doesn't want to be captain. I should show the point of view the character hates. No Shatner, no Trek. Well, that's would that show have been as successful? Would Pike have become as beloved as Captain Kirk? Good question. That's something we can never, you can't prove one way or another. But Kirk Shatner's performance is iconic. Jeffrey Hunter in The Cage is not that likable swashbuckling character. He's he's going through a lot in that episode, but it's something maybe that's down the road. Who knows what we would have gotten with Jeffrey Hunter, but fortunately it all worked out pretty damn well. Yeah. Section 31, that was a total disaster. Everyone agrees with that one. Burt Ward was a neighbor of Bruce Lee's and trained with him. Lee wasn't furious, but he made everyone think he was really serious, but he was just pranking Ward. Oh, okay. Yeah. A lot of stars trained as Bruce Lee, which is amazing. Yep. Menage in the Cage give non-ending. They just take the Toulousians' word for it. They've changed after all that. Well, I guess when someone's that powerful, what could they have taken over the planet and stopped them? I wonder. Yeah, but good point again, T. Good point. Yeah, everyone. Yeah, no one likes. Yeah, that Section 31 was a disaster. Yeah, yeah. And Phantom and Steve says, no, that's a lie that Burt Ward told. Okay. Interesting there. Yep. Who's in charge of the Yankees analytics and Boone? Get a real manager. Yeah. Some of these analytics too are just so horrible because they just screw up like a manager's gut in terms of, where the managers just, follow your gut, right? Sometimes, yeah. What do you think we are, jocks? All right, we got to cover your ears. This is a loud one. We've got a request for the nerds here.
Get those nerds! 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 What?
That's a little loud, but we'll keep that one loud, right? Yep. The Jets game we saw was a simulation, says Teague. Yeah. And Lenrod says, I run Grado cartridge and stylus. The sound quality is solid. And Maddie's daddy says, if you read Bruce Lee, the man I only knew, by his wife, Linda Lee, she tells how angry Bruce was about having to fight just one guy. Van Williams also confirmed this. Yeah, well, Bruce Lee is, one of the great martial artists of all time. And yeah, I mean, the Batman and Robin, yes, today, Batman and Robin have been, I shouldn't say retcon, but, just considered amazing, hand-to-hand combatants, in the DC universe. And God would, but I love the Batman 66 show, but it was, easy, fun combat, right? It was punches, and Bruce Lee, was a great, great martial artist. So I can see him wanting to be able to take on a ton of people. Yep. And Geoff, my buddy, hey Jeff, says turntables are great. You can really hear the scratches and lint. Well, come on, you're not supposed to put lint on your records. You're supposed to clean that cartridge and clean that needle. Yep. Not supposed to do that. Come on. You got to dust. Yep. Oh, my neighbor was telling me how disappointed he was with the Beatles and mono box. He was using a stereo cartridge, didn't know how to change the cartridge or wire the channels from mono. Ouch, yeah, I can imagine that would be a mess, right? Yeah. And of course, most of the Beatles albums were in mono, especially the beginning, obviously. But what I think, people were complaining about some of the conversions to stereo, and I did buy the Beatles and mono CD set. But what's in, would the Beatles have made all their albums stereo? Yeah, they would. They're a very high tech group in terms of technology and recording. Look at Strawberry Fields, and it's just amazing tech that the Beatles, they stretched the limits of what was available, and it's just. I think they would have been stereo, but of course they originally mixed in mono. So, but the good thing of the Beatles, you can get both. It's not like Star Wars where you can't get that original version. Yep. Yeah, the Mark Sanchez stuff. That's a really, I was reading that this morning. Really weird story. So I just don't get what's happening there. So he was stabbed, and he was allegedly involved in attacking a delivery driver. I just nothing about this story makes sense. So maybe it was self-defense by the delivery driver. And he was arrested. I was reading. So, but crazy. Yeah. I think we'll find out more in the next few days, but just really, really nuts. Yeah. Cause TV announcer, doing very well. And just crazy. Yep. And Geoffrey had the Best of the Beatles twin album on blue vinyl. Do you still have it, Jeff? Yep. Cranking some Led Zeppelin, blasting House of the Holy, or when the levee breaks. I think I was playing some of those, on my stereo as loud as it could go. Yep. Oh, some great tunes. Yeah, yeah. Scotty talking to the computer scene is still brilliant. Yeah. And Fantine saying it's why they shadowed each other in the Green Hornet show. Only Mako playing another karate master got the upper hand on Kato, but Kato was fighting the other guys than Mako. I shredded a speaker playing Led Zeppelin's Trampled Underfoot. Great times. Yeah. How many speakers did Led Zeppelin trash, right? Yeah. And Teague is not a fan of Star Trek. He calls it ice cold Star Trek worst contact. Well, yeah, when you look back on, yeah, of course we got more freaking time travel in Star Trek. God damn it. We're done with time travel in Star Trek, people. And yeah, some of his actions are a little bit over the top in that, or shall we say, in that movie. But in terms of as an action film, it's pretty good. And we get some fun comedic moments in that. But yeah, it's in hindsight, it's there's some flaws in that movie, but I do enjoy it still. I think it's the best next gen movie. Although you could argue that the one where oh god, I'm forgetting my Star Trek movie names. What was the movie where all the people's faces are falling off? What? Not oh god. You know when you get stream brain sometimes. You know, try it sometimes. Yeah. Star Trek TNG movie. What the heck is it? And I own the movie. Insurrection. Thank you. Oh my god. Come on, Mark. Jeez. Yeah, that's probably plays more like a TNG episode than any of the other movies. Yeah, yeah. Oh, 1975 movie Stowaway to the Moon is about an 11-year-old boy who stows away on an Apollo mission. Well, that's pretty much every kid's dream back then, right? Stowaway to the moon. Did he make it? Stowaway to the Moon. Here, let's look that one up. I don't remember that one. Let's see. Stowaway to the Moon. Let's see. We got pictures of that one. Oh, wait. Maybe I did see this as a kid. Yeah. Yes. Oh, I have seen this movie. Oh, my God. I totally forgot about it. Yeah. Now I remember. Yeah. Yeah. Then the kid was on the spacecraft. Yeah. With Lloyd Bridges. Oh, my God. I remember this now. Yeah. Guy looks like John McEnroe a little bit. Yeah, how the heck did he get on the GF? How did he get on there? Yeah. Yeah, there's no way you're getting on there. Yeah. Right? Let's see here. And sub to Loki, of course. Yep. Also, Kirk loves being captain. Pike hates it. He's a botched discarded character. The next attempt was better. Well, yeah, that's what I was saying. He goes through so much anguish in that first episode. It's kind of like he's at the end of the 5-year mission and been beaten down. Although, they could have also had it so that, he's gone through some tough times and now he's, you could turn around the character too. Yep. We've seen a show that claims its pilot is the cage. Anyone thinks Strange New Worlds, of Star Trek? I don't. I think it's bad Star Trek. I guess it's got the copyright, so technically it is. But yeah, that reminds me. Well done, Cowboys. Sorry, Cowboy haters. Yeah. They weren't actually experimenting on them. They were using them to relive their memories, as the Telosians had nothing to do. Kirk would have introduced hobbies and reality TV and chasing girls. And Phantoms Lee was mad about them wanting Cater to lose to war, but ultimately that did not happen. Okay, yeah. The Telosians could have cast another illusion. Jellicoe kills them all. Jeffrey Hunter's wife was driving everyone behind the scenes crazy. He may have only lasted one season anyway, like Stephen Hill from Mission Impossible. And tragically, he died young too. I think Jeffrey Hunter had some complications from being in some Western movies, got hurt during some stunts or falling off horses. Don't quote me exactly, but yeah, he didn't. He died pretty young, unfortunately. Jeffrey Hunter. Yep, yep. Phantoms that use Grok to crunch the numbers using analytics. Yankees have 0.05% more wins using managers' instincts than they have 26 World Series championships. Yep. And Teague says, "Don't let our TNZ hear you say that about Bruce Lee. We all know Chuck Norris is the greatest." I was watching a more like Section 8. Yeah, I was watching a really cool YouTube video of Bruce Lee fighting in a match, and God, he kicked ass in that kickboxing match. He's a great athlete, Chuck Norris. Yep. Of course, he loses to Bruce Lee in the movie, but yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to say anything because I'm on the tubes of you, but yeah, allegedly Sanchez was kind of unstable leading into this incident, but yeah, who the heck knows? Yeah, yeah. And Rob is jet lag is terrible. I don't have a sense of what time it is. Yeah, don't maybe eat some eggs and it'll make you think it's breakfast. I don't know, but yeah, I've been jet lagged. I don't travel that often, but it's just a bad feeling. And we went to Italy a few years ago. My wife, God bless her, always plans everything out to the T. Sometimes plans things too much, but of course, if it was left up to me, we probably would just go to all the comic book stores in Rome and not see anything cool like the Vatican. But she's like, "We've got to stay up." Everyone says you got to stay up the first night to at least 8 or 9, and do all the, we did a couple of things. We went to lunch/dinner, really good. Like probably one of the better restaurants was that first day, and we're zombie mode. And finally, and we're visiting my son there, and it's like 7 o'clock. I'm like, I'm going back to a hotel. I'm going to bed. I don't care what you say now. I can't stay awake anymore. I just can't do it. God, felt so miserable. Yeah, yeah. West is saying, I bought the box set of the original 3 Star Wars movies. At both the special edition and original releases included the 1977 release Without a New Hope and The Crawl. That's very cool. Now, was that on Laserdisc or was that the because I had my VHS set. It was the last time I was able to buy the original versions. And of course, they're not even are they widescreen or they letterbox? They might be letterboxed actually. Widescreen. I don't think they're the full screen, the 4:3, but that was the last version I had. But then they had the Laserdisc version, one of the special editions. It was non-anamorphic, not a really good print of the original, but yeah. Yep. And Teague says, worst contract, strong woman tell Picard to be a real leader, and he obliges thanks to her telling him he broke his little ships. Yeah. That was a famous scene there. No more. And thank you. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, Lloyd Bridges was in that. Yeah, it's the stowaway. Yeah, yeah. The 11-year-old stowaway dressed as a tech and got on the gantry and into the rocket. Yeah. Security was a lot more lax in the 70s and 80s. Yeah. Had to give his thumbprint, right? Yeah. The kid, as Teague was saying, disguised himself as a worker, got access, and hid in the pea storage compartment. Yeah. I remember watching. Now that jogged my memory. It looked like Cousin Oliver, the kid, a little bit, right? Yeah. Not exactly Cousin Oliver, a little bit like him. Yeah, yeah. I'll have to try to dig. I wonder if that one's on the YouTubes. Yep. Stowaway to the Moon. Yeah. That's true about Vina and Pike, but no one asked the Freaky Bird Man or other captives if they liked it. Pike didn't even ask. And Jonathan says, smash that like button. Thank you very much, Jonathan. Remind everyone to hit that like button, or clobber it, as we like to say around here. Yep. I totally forgot section there was even a movie. Yeah, it was a disaster. Yeah. But they were going to do a series originally, and they Michelle Yeoh, won the Academy Award, and they definitely wanted to do something with her. Star Trek Admiral Georgiou Horrible character too. Oh God, what's your show? Mass murder. It's like having, the guy with the mustache star in your show. I mean, yeah, there is redemption, but ouch. So they finally put out that Section 51 movie. What a disaster that was. In Section 51, 31. Section 51 would have been better. Yep. But yeah, it's just a real mess of a movie. Just really sad. Yep. Yeah. Oh, and when you got in Taiwan, it was okay going there. Interesting. Yep. Yep. Oh, it's on DVD. Star Wars movies I have. Okay. Thank you. Yep. Going to the future is easy to go into the past, I guess. Yep. Yep. And speaking of Power Rangers, happy birthday to Valerie Vernon and Glenn McMillan. Yep. Oh God, Cousin Oliver when the Brady Bunch jumped the shark. Yeah, Cousin Oliver. Yep. Oh, Lisa. Hey, Lisa's here. Supergirl's here. Let's put Lisa's avatar in the chat here. You can watch Stowaway to the Moon. Thank you. Yep. Oh, we're gonna bookmark that right now. Let's see. It's an hour and 35 minutes of goodness. Yep. Free full movie. Very cool. Yeah, yeah. Doesn't look like it's in very high resolution, but 144p, but it's watchable. Yep. I gotta remember the kid ended up doing all kinds of stuff. Yep. What a classic. Yep. Well, thank you for that, Lisa. I'm gonna watch that later. Not now. Got a show to do. And sub to your old toys. Yep. And thank you for finding that, Lisa. Yep. And sub to J-Man. Oh, I think I'm finally caught up in the chat here, which is always good to catch up in the chat. So let me pull up some of the stuff I was going to talk about. We have a lot of fun tonight already. Don't even need to prep for a show. We just go with the chat, which is awesome. Yep. Yep. Let's see here. What should we start with? Well, we were talking a lot of Trek here, so how about we talk about the great Doug Drexler? Let me pull this up here. Let me take Farrah Fawcett down again. And let me share my screen back. So, of course, everyone knows, we're all... Metalorian is heading out. Great to see you, Metalorian. Have a great week. Good to hang out with you, and looking forward to playing some Fortnite again soon. Yep. The former played Pink Ranger, Kendricks Morgan, in Lost Galaxy. The latter, Yellow Ranger, Dustin Brooks, and Ninja Storm. Oh, Cousin Oliver was the original Dr. Z in Galactica 1980. Oh, okay. Interesting. There we go. So, this is the great Doug Drexler's website. So, let me put his website in here. And, of course, he designed the NX-01. So, there's a documentary about the legendary designer, Doug Drexler, made all his idiotic adolescent dreams come true, like stowing away to the moon on an Apollo mission, right? Yeah. So Antigua's saying hi to Lisa, his favorite Supergirl. Yeah, yeah. And happy birthday to Jesse Eisenberg, says Keely Chow. Yeah, so here's I'm not sure if this is original series set tour in Ticonderoga, New York. So I gotta go there someday. And I think Shatner is gonna be there again. And you can pay a worthwhile fee to go on the bridge with William Shatner, which would be a once in a lifetime dream. Yeah. Oscar Enemies and Enterprise. Yep. So there's with the NX-01, and someone just made Mr. Drexler a 6-foot NX-01, and amazing, 3D printed, really cool. Let's see. So Doug turned his childhood love of Star Trek into a career in designing enterprises, blowing up Cylons, and turning Hollywood legends into comic book gangsters. Now he's telling the story in a new documentary. Al Pacino, Warren Beatty, Edward J. Milmos, Madonna. Doug Drexler worked side by side with some of the biggest power players in Hollywood history and has Oscar and Emmys to prove it. So you can sign up here for updates, which I did. And yeah, special offer from our backers. So I guess it's going to be a great documentary about all the great work that he's done. Yep. Working on the Voyager shooting there. I did like that design for Voyager. Of course, the show kind of went off the rails, but what was I did like the warp nacelles that kind of changed the angle there. That was kind of cool. Like, the gull-wing Mercedes, right? Pretty nice, yep. And the stocky ship that's, made for exploration. That was, and they took this line into later Enterprises, this, no neck kind of design here with the later, Enterprises, the E and the F. So quite a storied career. And of course, the NX-01, we never got to see the NX-01 update or refit, but I love that model. Our buddy Sean has made that kit. I think, did he send you this? Sean send you the Enterprise C? Oh, excuse me, NX-01 refit. I'm trying to remember which videos I've watched. Yep. Wait, you can go on the bridge with Enterprise with Kirk? Sign me up. Yeah, so it's let me find the link here. Fort Ticonderoga bridge. Let me find that. Yep. Let me do Star Trek bridge. Yep. It's coming with Revolutionary War stuff. Yep. Yeah, so Star Trek tour. So let me, as we're talking there, let's make this full screen. I think Shatner's coming in November. Well, here, let me put the link in for everyone. Of course, it's pretty easy to remember. Star Trek tour. So here we go. I think. Okay, they have Dead Red Shirt tours. Join us October 31st. Your best Trek uniforms and costumes. Yep. Book your Halloween tour. I definitely have to go there. That'd be fun. Or meet some of our, have like a Star Trek day there with some buddies. That would be fun. Yep. Okay. The Captain is coming back Thursday, November 20th through Saturday, November 22nd. No change in weekend days. Scheduled coming soon. Shatner November tickets. Yep. Shatner will be at the Star Trek tour Thursday evening, all day Friday and Saturday morning. Please note this is different than his routine Friday through Sunday schedule. The event schedule is finalized about a month before to accommodate Mr. Shatner's flights and work schedule. Please watch it on our website to know, so you know exactly what days and times all of your activities take place. Please don't hesitate to email us at Star Trek Tour if you have any questions. So let's see what the tickets are. All-inclusive package $1,500. Captain's package $500. Admission there. And there's some tours. So let's see the Admiral Teague package here. Yep. General admission, photograph of Shatner, autograph from Shatner, tour the Enterprise with Shatner, chat with Mr. Shatner on the bridge, join William Shatner and James Cawley for dinner and entertainment. I think that's worth $1,500, right? I'd 1 million quattros for the Shatner tour. Yep. And Teague says, I happen to have an Arctic Lights NX-1 refit with drive section. Yeah, I love that model. Yep. But yeah, I don't think that's overpriced, right? Regardless of which session you choose, autographs and photographs will only occur once at a set time with the schedule not yet established. Check the website frequently for updates. So there's 3 sessions. Yep. So out of stock. I guess, 25 in stock. So I guess it's limited, right? So, but God, I would, I would love to do that. Yeah, that would be That would be amazing. So, and you go to dinner with Mr. Shatner. Yep. David Gerald. This is a tour weekend of November. Yep. That'd be fantastic too to be there with him on that. Yep. And that's $40. Very, very well priced, I would think. Yep. And what's this captain's package? I think maybe you don't get general minister to chat with Mr. Shatner on the bridge. No autographs or anything, but that's priceless, right? To be on the bridge with Mr. Shatner. Wowzers, yep. So anyway, someday I'll get up there, yep. But check that out, yep. And Donnie loves the D. The D grows on you. Watch my language here. But I don't like it that the bottom section there, that front on shot, I don't think is as good, or certain shots the D doesn't look as good in my opinion, but it grows on you. And I see, you see they were trying to do something different there too. Yep. Oh, and hey, Darren, yep, I am on Rumble too. Yep. Thank you. Yep. So yeah, I'm rumbling as well. Yep. And Darren says, hail and howdy, folks. Just done with Brahma stream and a small break. Well, thank you for stopping by. Much appreciated. Yep. And happy birthday to Donnie, of course. Yeah, happy birthday to Donnie. Yeah. And only $1,500 for the fancy package. Worth it. Yeah, I think it's definitely worth it. You get the photo and autograph. I mean, that stuff costs $100 at least usually, right? Yep. Yeah, the refit never made the show. God, it was so. Yeah, they were talking about it for season 5. It was just and Drexler, I designed that refit to be part of the show because it just fits so seamlessly, and then boom, it clicks, right? That's the saucer section with the nacelles, which is such a brilliant design for the ship, and then with that refit, it just boom, so it just totally fits into the Star Trek design ethos. They're just wonderful. Yeah, I know. That's why I keep it. God forbid, we don't want to think about that. But yeah, and God, I mean, he could just stay in his living room in his captain's chair, right? And he does a lot of stuff for the fans, Mr. Shatner, and he must do it because he loves it, right? I'm assuming he doesn't need it, not doing it for the money. I mean, of course, I'm sure, and I'm sure he gets well compensated, which he rightly deserves. But yeah, I mean, he's in his. How old is Bill Shatner now? Is he 90, 91? How old is William Shatner? And he looks fantastic for his age, and God, he doesn't look as old as he does in the Deadly Years, right? 94. My God, he's freaking 94. I mean, running around like a teenager. So God bless him. Yep. So yeah, he can time travel and get younger. Yep. And the TOS and TMP versions of Enterprise are among my honorable mentions. Well, the motion picture, yeah, what a revelation that was when that came out. Yep. Yeah, and the original Enterprise does have a blue neck. Yeah, the Smithsonian confirmed it with the science, right? If you look at the model, that was the fun time we had with Raquel. She went crazy when the blue neck. Of course, with studio lights too. Like they're coming out with a new Tomy model, the Klingon ship, and the original ship was two-toned, and that never made it to air, but that was the original plan. And of course, with the lighting and things and the cameras back then, yeah, things would get washed out. Yeah. I think he'll be 95 soon. Yeah. And hope the chat is very kind tonight. Yeah, from one mod to another. Yep, the chat has been great tonight. Yep, no problemos. Thank God. Yep, but if they are, the wrenches will strike you down. Yeah. Yeah. So here's the November schedule, I guess. Here, vendors are looking at Ticonderoga Elementary School. Could you imagine if I lived? God, if I lived near there, I'd be there every freaking weekend. Yeah. Yeah. Plenty of free on-street parking as well as public lights. Do not block anyone's driveway. But don't they have shuttlecraft in Ticonderoga? Don't. What do they need with driveways there? Yep. Please be considered in this small town. But yeah, that would be okay. So there are different tours, captain's bridge chat. So they have different days, I guess. Yeah, for photos can be picked up. But it looks like it's always very well organized. Yep, yep. So that would be a lot of fun. Yep. Someday I'll get there. Yep. Someday I'll get there. Yep. So let's get back to Doug Drexler here. So he's on the Orville here. That's awesome. Yep. Which is very Star Trek adjacent, right? Yeah. This is the real lower decks. Between warp core breaches and silent attacks, there's plenty of time for antics behind the scenes. Yep. So this looks like a fun movie and fun documentary coming out. Oh, look at the classic Enterprise uniform. There we go. Yep. We worked on Chud. Okay, in the chat. Anyone know what Chud stands for? It's going to be a lot to spell out, I know, in the in the chat there, but I can't remember names sometimes, but all right, I'll give you cannibalistic human underground dwellers. I know someone's trying to type that in, but yeah. What? No 1500 to meet the chat? Come on, Mark. Well, we just blew the engine in our Pacifica, a 2018 Pacifica engine blew, and some of the person at the dealership was telling that happened to another customer with the Pacifica. Like the warning light came on, misfire, spark plug 1 or cylinder 1, and came back the next day. The engine was blown and the engine seized. It's like, come on. I mean, something's going on there. So the dealership wanted, and Brian had it. Sorry, I couldn't resist. Okay, of course, everyone, you guys are awesome. Yep. Oh, you want me to look it up? Oh, thank God. Yeah. So yeah, I knew that one's not getting by this crowd here, right? Yep. But yeah, sign up for updates for that and check that. I guess it'll be fun when that comes out. Yep. And here's some cool pictures here with NX-01. Yep. So yeah, great design there. Yep. Tough task too to design a ship for the prequel, and he knocked that out of the park. Yep. And Oliver says, "Greetings to all in attendance." Hey, Oliver. Yep. I want to do the Camp Crystal Lake tour and sleep over too. Yep. Yeah. Credit card Mark. I don't recommend, but I'm enabling. Yeah. God, that would be awesome. Yeah. Well, I'm definitely thinking about going, but yeah, if I did go, I would splurge for the the $1,500. But God, that's expensive. Not saying it's overpriced, but that's some clams there. Yep. But definitely, I'm sure, definitely very much worth it. Yeah. That would be fun. Yeah, fun weekend. Let's all meet up at Fort Ticonderoga. Would be a lot of fun. Okay, now what was the next story I had? Because I always make a list of stories to talk about. Let's see. This was interesting on the entertainment now, and then we'll talk some Peacemaker or non-Peacemaker. Yeah, because he's killing a lot of people. But cable TV basically now down to 5 networks. So we'll talk about streaming and we'll do some Peacemaker. So here's the article here. You want to read along at home. But yeah, just when you think about it, everyone had a TV with an antenna, right? In the good old days, Stone Knives and Bearskins. But in a cable TV revolution, I want my MTV. And my dad was like, I'm never paying for TV ever. And of course, he grew up with having a radio that you had to put money in till they could pay for the radio, till they could have it and listen for free. So they had to put like a quarter in. This was in Europe, but they had a radio. He was born in the 30s in the family room. And if you wanted to, I guess it was, you got a half hour for a quarter or whatever it was. And then finally he remembered the one day when the radio was paid for, they took the box off. He's like, we can listen to the radio all day now. But could you imagine, they weren't poor, but, not well off, but things were expensive back then. So just to listen to a radio. Yep. So, but now we've gone, cable TV has just been decimated by streaming. You guys are all hanging out tonight. We're all having a great time here. And, we got, YouTube now as an outlet, and, there's Twitch and Rumble, and, there's all kinds of different media that's available to watch. And, it's, network TV is, cable TV packages. It's basically sports and news now, a few sports stations. Yeah. Oh, and fans says, Brian Hepburn, I keep telling everyone Crystal Lake was an insurance scam. It's the only way the place could stay open year after year if parents sent uninsured, unwanted kids and split the money. Ouch. Yeah. Oh, and happy Teachers Day to all teachers worldwide this October 5th. And my sister's among them. So, yep. Yeah, pay radio. Yeah, I mean, this was in the, when he was like 10 years old. This was in the 40s, World War II is going. But, yeah, we take a lot of things for granted, back then. I always complain. I remember complaining to him about that we finally got a set. But, well, first we had one thermostat in the house, and you put it on cold at night, right? And then he got a setback one. It was like this really fancy new thermostat. Today everyone's got the Nest or whatever, but so it would go cold at night and then, warm in the morning. Like, what a luxury that was. And I was complaining to my dad. I'm like, it should be warmer, he's like, when I was a kid, I used to have to go down to the basement and get buckets of coal and put it into the stove in the house. It's like, well, what do you say to that? It's like, can't you get up and move the dial earlier? When he's telling you had to like move buckets of coal. It's like, damn it, I don't have an answer for that one. Yep. So, surge in popularity in podcasts is kind of like radio making a resurgence. Yeah, people love podcasts and streaming. Yep. Remember when they put the payphone in the family room in the Brady Bunch? Yeah, right. Hey, Kimberly. We had wood in the garage forever, so I had to chop wood. Yeah. So just crazy the way technology changes, right? Now we've got, all right, so I was camping this weekend and I unfortunately watched the Yankees lose, but I got my iPad and I was joking about, I'll bring down a small like TV, but I'm like, I got the big iPad, the 13-inch, I'm like, the 12-inch, whatever it is, but I'm like, this is bigger than a lot of TVs we had in the house back in the day. So it was we watched the game on the had it on the background on the iPad, and it's a pretty good picture. That's crazy. Yep. So let's see what this article is talking about. What's happening at TV, and I just want to go through some of these stats here. Yep. Did they change? Let's see. Where's the where do they list what was the 5 networks part here? Let me get to that. Yep. But they talk about, I think it's basically, the top shows are all football, right? Oh, here's the section here. Yep. So this isn't breaking news, but looking at where things stand for the average linear TV audiences on cable networks the final week of September 2025. Wow. Cable bundles really meaningfully become, as predicted, just sports and news. So it's basically ESPN, 3 cable networks, and 1 lifestyle network on any given evening. Elsewhere, primetime audience viewership numbers are more brutal than I expected across the board. Let's dive in. So, Fox, MSNBC, and CNN. Now, Fox is way ahead about, and this is just that 1 week slice, but, like 2.5 MSNBC's 8:53, and CNN. I almost said PMSNBC, as Rush Limbaugh said, and CNN is 500,000 people. Sports, right? ESPN 2.7 million. FS1 62. K. HGTV 500,000. So basically, and then you've got Food Network, Hallmark, TLC, 383,000. So these numbers are just terrible. So in the world where about 60 million folks are subscribed to getting most name brand cable TV networks as part of the bundles, only one entertainment network had over 400,000 viewers on any given night. HGTV or one of these other networks. Yep. So it's just crazy. So I guess, but this means live. I guess watching this live. But yeah, it's just sport. People watch sports. Like my kids don't watch regular TV anymore, other than sports, right? So just that whole bundle is just gone. Yeah. And Donnie says, speaking of cable networks, NBC Sports Network is set to come back after a 4-year hiatus. Tomorrow, NBC Universal will launch its spin-off company, Versant. Oh, interesting, yeah. And Wes is saying, I got a sledgehammer and a wedge so I could split wood to keep in shape. Worked good till my back went, ouch, yeah. That's what Reagan used to do, chop wood, right, all the time. It is good exercise, yeah. And don't forget, broadcast shows are geared towards women, so half of the viewer base is gone for most of it now. So that's where you've got sports, right? Yeah, you've got these lifestyle networks, but it's just amazing how none of the four of those shows in the top 200. 90 Day Fiance, as West is saying, that Sister Wives, Deadliest Catch. I'd say that skews guys. That's a great show. And Big Bang Theory reruns are 198. Yep. CNN doesn't make the top 200 to 189. And there's the other network. So so I do like the show High Potential. I've watched a few episodes. Number 57, top scripted show, number 57. So I guess these are live viewings, but my God, I mean, it's that's just crazy. That's just crazy. I mean, totally bonkers. I mean, just unbelievable that how low these viewership numbers are. It's just nuts. So where's the ad revenue too, as they're talking about here? But yeah, so they're all it's all basically football now. So just and Kimberly says, yeah, not until TLC, but still watching ABC. And I almost never watch regular TV anymore, other than sports, I guess, and maybe the news, right? So I probably fit that profile there, but everything else is streaming. So even if I'm watching any of these shows, right, I want to be able to skip the commercials, which is bad for the advertisers. Like High Potential, I set that to, I've Google TV, so you can just set it to record everything. But it's amazing how the media landscape has changed. Yeah, and the switch to digital switch didn't help either. Yeah, I think if it had happened now, or when everyone had digital TVs, it would have been easier. But your area became a zero TV zone because of it. Yeah, if you're too far away, I'm close enough to New York City, so I can get great digital TV, and I do have a digital antenna I hooked up. And sometimes I watch like the football game, because the picture's actually better. Especially the cable is really compressed now that YouTube has the 4K, or the streaming does seem to be a little bit better. Yeah. TV started to suck on October 13th, 2014, when the Hub was killed. They were replaced by the Discovery Family Channel, RIP, the Hub. I loved G4, the computer network G4. That was in Tech TV, Leo Laporte. Those are some good times, yep. And Mark's 47. Hey, Mark's. Says, holy crap, Me TV is kicking butt. Yep. Love the MASH reruns. Yep. Yeah, it's just why are people paying, for cable? Are they still paying for AOL dial-up even after it got canceled? It's really tough to imagine, what's going to happen to cable TV in a few years. It's just just a disaster for the advertisers. Yeah, and and in some way, it's bad for us too in terms of the revenue that these shows take in. With everything moving to streaming, I guess, yeah, that's where you've got Netflix into content creation, and Google dabbled. They had Cobra Kai was a Google show, YouTube Red, and then they got into that business. But yeah, what's going to happen is that finally, anyone want to guess what all these numbers will look like in 2 more years as we get older and age out? Our generation, yeah, it's really, really tough. Oh, you're 80 miles away from the nearest broadcast, Carol. That sucks. Yeah. Oh, G4 was best when they were showing Ninja Warrior from Japan. Yeah. I loved Attack of the Show, but I did love the Tech TV days where that was my geek and nerd heaven when you had the screensavers on every night and all those shows. Oh, God, they were great. Yep. Yep. Oh, hey, Canadian Spider-Man is here. Awesome. Yep. I was enjoying some of your Alamo show last week. That was great when I think it was Jill on with you, and so you had a great panel on that night, and yeah, a lot of fun watching your travels around the Alamo, and thankfully you did not do an Ozzy Osbourne there at the Alamo. But everyone check out Canadian Spider-Man's great channel, and he's got his Thursday night travels with Spidey, which is a lot of fun. So always go to some very cool places. Yep. And I was able to join that show when you talked about Switzerland, of course, so I had to jump in for that one, and that was a lot of fun to hang out with you for that travel show. But here's our buddy Canadian Spider-Man's channel there. I'm sure everyone's sub, but just in case you're not, make sure, double check you still are. Yep. Age out will never age out. We're just gonna burn out or fade away. And Wes says, I miss the days when I would watch PX, Channel 11, and Channel 9 WOWR. Yep. Plus the public access shows on Channel 12. Yeah, that's what I did growing up. Yep. PIX and WWOR. Yep. 9 and 11 and Fox 5 New York. Yep. Being in the New York area, we're lucky we had those extra channels. We had like 6 channels. Yeah. But it may, in some ways it was more culturally cohesive because you only had so many shows you could talk about. But even those 3 big networks, there were a ton of shows, right? Every day there was a different show, and at night, and but yeah, there were we always mention Happy Days, because as a kid that was a an anchor point. But everyone would talk about Happy Days. Everyone watched Happy Days. For a certain age. Yeah. ZD TV and Tech TV were great at the peak. Yeah, couldn't believe how awesome those shows were. Yeah, I couldn't believe it when they were on, and that's when I always had to have them in my package. Right, I'm like, I gotta have those guys in my cable package. Yeah. Celebrity birthdays, Karen Allen of Indiana Jones. Oh, I got to meet her this summer. Yep, and sign my Indiana Jones album. Horror Master Clive Barker. Wow. Yep. Donald Pleasance of Halloween. Yep. Guy Pearce and CW Supergirl's Melissa Benoit. How do you say her last name? Benoit? No, Ben. I got a goggle. I don't know how to say her last name. Is it French? Damn French. Benoit. I'm guessing Benoit. I don't know. I can't pronounce anything. Yep. Oh, yeah, and Tiger Stripes. Yep, was also on. Yep. Yeah, that was a great. And sometimes I'm lurking that late at night too. I'm like fighting off bed. Yep. It's better to burn out than to fade away. The Kurgan Highlander. Yeah, and we're getting a new Highlander movie when there should only be one. But we'll see how that one turns out. Yep, with the great Henry Cavill. TV's basically a disaster right now. Broadcast TV, unless you're football, right? So pretty rough. Yep. Let's see, what else do we can do some enabling right now. What else do I have here? Let's see. On my geekery list here. Yep. Well, here's who remembers Mary Tyler Moore, right? Great Mary Tyler Moore. Yep. So her house just sold. Of course, she passed away, and just want to show some pictures of This house is just amazing. It came up in my feed. And I think she helped. Yeah, and I was reading it sold for $17 million, so not cheap. And I think she helped design it. I read the article. Yep. So Sotheby's is selling it. Yep. Of course, she was on the Dick Van Dyke show, and of course that clip has been making the rounds for hitting that trick pool shot on the TV show. Got it in the first take. Yep. So yeah, one of the TV icons. Yep. And they purchased the house in 2006 for $9 million. She died in 2017. Of course, so that's at age 80. Yep. But it's just fun to look at these pictures and see. Check this. Check how gorgeous this house is. Yep. Yep. And let's see. Wes says PX had great stuff on Sunday when the big three had nothing. They had $1 million movie like Beware the Blob. Yep. Which channel had like all the King Kong movies and Godzilla? Was that 11 or was that 9? Or was it 5? I got 3 choices. I could have sworn. I think it was channel 9 is my guess. But you remember West? Yep. That's where we watched. Yeah, we watched. All the King Kong movies. Yep. There were UHF channels if the weather was right for some reason. Philly had a lot of imports from Japan. Ultraman, Speed Racer Go. Yep. But yeah, UHF, that was a revelation. I remember a friend told me you can put the little dial on the U and then do that other top dial and spin it around. You can get all kinds of channels. Yeah, yeah. Which is awesome. Yeah. So why would you have an outdoor pool in the Northeast? You have an indoor pool and you get year-round use. Well, because when you're this wealthy, you travel south for the winter, right? You're only here when it's warm, and you have the pool. You can afford to have the pool heated, right? I love how the MTM, the logo paired the MGM logo. Oh, yeah. Let's see. Did she have that? Let's see. But yeah, I guess they worked on designing this house together. Yep. The house is special to me because the house that Mary and I designed with specific intention to make it welcoming, filled with natural light, open to the outside, even though it's the Northeast and cold. Intimate, purposeful spaces that offer comfort and a platform to display of her favorite things. It's Mary's house. Yep. It's just, it's like, remember Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous? Like, look at all the action figures that could fit in this pool room, right? I mean, my God. Look how tall that ceiling is. That's pretty cool. Yep. It was designated a historical landmark. So it's almost 14,000 square feet. So like 7 times my house plus. Yep. 7 acres. Yep. Glass conservatory, jacuzzi. It's got an indoor jacuzzi, elevator, a gym with spa facilities, 65-foot swimming pool, and an outdoor fireplace. Yep. Separate 1-bedroom apartment above the 3-bay garage with no kitchen and bathroom. Yep. Man, I could fit a lot of collectibles there. Yep. Wow, look at that. So I guess you could slum it up in the place above the garage is probably bigger than most houses. Yeah, yeah. Because a pool boy comes with. Yeah, yeah. And Whistler Ski Resort here in British Columbia has many hotel pools that are outdoor year-round, fully heated to 80 degrees. Oh yeah, great point, Canadian Spider-Man. You would know that, right? You're from Canadian land, but yeah, you just heat the damn pool up. Yep. And I remember, they claimed to be green. Yeah, and I used to do a lot of skiing before I blew up my knees, but yeah, I remember, going to some of the pools and some of the hotels and outside. You kind of scamper out in your bathing suit and you jump in pretty quick. It's even better if you're got Spidey's powers. You could just jump into that pool, but you'd see the steam. You'd be on the chairlift or you'd be skiing down and you're freezing your butt off. You see people in the swimming pool outside with the steam rising off. But yeah, wow, look at that. Nice horsies up there. I don't know. Would you feel like you're in a museum in a place like this? I don't know. It seems, it's gorgeous, but like, where do you just sit down and watch Star Trek in a place like this, right? Got all these rooms, I guess. Yep. Oh, round dining room table. That's cool. So yep, but she deserved all the success in the world and all these beautiful things. She was a wonderful actress. Yeah, but I thought it'd be fun to look at a few of these pictures. Yep. Kind of like a museum tour there, right? Yeah, why not? And let's see. I think I had some. Did I have some enabling tonight? Let's see here. I think I did. Not sure if I'd shown this thing before, but I keep checking on this to make sure, see if this is sold out. But they do have a Sideshow Collectibles has a Thing figure, and this Andy Masters was considering buying this too. But very cool Thing figure. You know, the FF movie didn't knock it out of the park. See, but I can't get this and go to see Shatner, right? At the same time, yep. So, but wow, that does look pretty good. Although we don't need the damn bearded thing. That was ridiculous. The stupid beard. The Thing never grew a beard. That looks pretty damn Kirby-esque there. So that's Hot Toys. And I guess they've got the whole team. I don't know if you have to buy Herbie separately or that does look pretty good. That does look good. Yeah, yep. In the Star Trek room, that looks like the original series bridge with the big TV screens. Yeah, that would be great if I could do that. Yep. Oh, they got the page. Yeah, they got Pedro and they got Vanessa Kirby. She's not. I mean, these Hot Toy likenesses are amazing. Oh, okay. So I guess she comes with Herbie. Oh, and little Franklin there. Pretty cool. Yeah. I mean, if you did like the movie, I mean, I like that with the shield. That's a nice idea for the shield. Yep. Pretty good likeness there. Yep. No autopilot. Don't want to ask a question. Yep. But companion pieces. Mr. Fantastic. Oh, I guess if you buy Mr. Fantastic, you can get a Herbie too, right? Deluxe version exclusive. Yep. They do a really good job with these things. Yep. Pretty cool. Yep. Oh, A Trip to the Moon. Yeah. Birth of the first science fiction film. I remember my dad, George Millet. My dad took me to see that at the library as a kid. I think they showed that in a couple, because it's only 10 or 20 minutes, but he loved that movie as a kid. Yep. And he says, "Get a photo of Shat." Damn it, Mark. Yep. What do you eat in the check room? Chicken salad sandwich and coffee. Oh, I love chicken salad sandwiches. Yep. Herbie is the incentive to buy Pedro, but he also comes with Invisible Woman too. Or is it a different Herbie or is it the same Herbie? Or is this Herbie float? Oh, interchangeable face plates. I guess it's the same. Is it the same Herbie? Let's see. Invisible Woman special edition. Well, I guess they both come with Herbies, yeah. Maybe she comes, and this one comes with Franklin, but yeah, 320. Yep. So, I guess this the collector edition probably okay. That's a little bit cheaper. But why are you going to get the collector's edition? For if you can afford the 290, just put out the extra $20, right? So, and there's a special edition. I don't know what the difference is there. Oh, with a cradle, removable cover. Yeah. Separate rolling eyeballs. And Brian says, "Oh, there are two versions of each figure, one with Herbie, one without." Thank you, Brian. Yep. Herbie, the STD bug. Yep. If you're a Herbie, do you want Pedro? And Kev says, "Invisible Woman figure should be an empty box. I am a marketing genius." Yeah. Well, that was one of the Legion of Superheroes JLA figures. Yeah, one of them was an empty box for the so Clobberin Times had that set, and then the invisible character. Yeah, they just had an empty box. Totally nuts. Yeah. But no, all right. Well, let's. I promised to talk about Peacemaker, so let's talk a little bit of Peacemaker. So there's been some controversy, I guess, for that last episode. So I'm gonna put up the spoiler. Yeah, I can't spell Peacemaker. So let's put up the spoiler banner here. I can't buy Mr. Fantastic yet. Well, I do have. If I buy anything, I'll buy the Thing. I have the HasLab Galactus. Of course, it's not that. It's huge, but it's not Hot Toys quality, but pretty damn close, I have to say. Yep. Oh, Kimberly's seen it. Okay, good. Yep. So I'm just gonna put up this. I mean, by now, hopefully, you've seen Peacemaker. But yeah, 3, 2, 1. Once the Peacemaker stuff is down, then the pictures are down, we'll be done talking about it. But I'm not going to give massive spoilers. This, even if you knew this, I think Tom had guessed this, and a couple other people had guessed this. So Peacemaker, they've got this interdimensional portal, and this is the main tie-in with Superman. Lex Luthor appears in one of the episodes, but and trying to track down. Rick Flag is trying to track down Peacemaker, and they're worried about this dimensional portal that they have. Because excuse me, I had to hit the cough button when you're solo. That's tougher. Yep. But yeah, so they're trying to track down this dimensional portal because they're worried it's gonna mess up the planet, or we could disappear, as Mr. Terrific had said, unstable wormhole and all. And let's put on TV show season 2, so we get some more pictures of season 2. And so they're trying to track down this portal, and it turns out Peacemaker, of course, if you watch the first season, he kills his dad. His dad's a Yahtzee. He's a horrible person. But opening in season 2, they find out there's an alien, and he's got this device, and the dad, kills the alien, and Peacemaker, he's telling him to stop, don't do it. And of course, his dad, scolds him, and they've got this portal, right? So if you put it in a doorway, they figure out how to use it. It opens up this room with all these other dimensions, which is kind of crazy, but kind of cool at the same time. And in this other world, he finds this other world. There's a code outside the door, and it's the same code as his code. And of course, his dad is a horrible person, in our universe. And that's where he gets all the tech too, from all the different helmets that he has. His dad didn't create that. You think his dad was like the super genius, but really, he really wasn't. It was all this tech from this dimensional portal. And so they go to this other world, and of course, Harcourt and Peacemaker were an item in this other world, and he gets back together. His brother's alive in the other world where he'd killed his brother. His dad's alive. But when no one notices, there's no minorities in this room. And I have to admit, in this world, I didn't notice it either. But I think, like, Tom had made commented, and maybe some other people, I want to make sure I give credit, but said, what if, this world is a Yahtzee world or something crazy, or, we know it's going to turn out bad, right? This other world. So it does turn out that, the Nazis, Germany won World War II in this universe, or this, alternative universe. Yep. So, the crazy thing is, I didn't notice it or think of it. Of course, they don't show you that much, but my God, that was such a twist. And of course, that's been there, done that, many times. Of course, the Star Trek episode, bread and circuses, not exactly the same, but that kind of idea. Or the Amazon series, the High Castle, where the Yahtzees won World War, Germany won World War II. So Yeah, so that not a totally new idea. I think the most controversial thing is when they the two characters ads is talking. I do like her character in the show when the judo master. It's like, oh, well, our world's really not that different from this world. Which, I mean, you could say is that James Gunn saying, comparing our world to that world, is that just these characters saying that, trying to get people to be thought provoking. But I thought it was kind of a ridiculous thing for characters to say. But that could be their worldview or point of view. But yeah, just oh, Man in the High Castle. Thank you, Kim. Man in the High Castle. Thank you very much. Yep. So Earth X, do the Freedom Fighters at least get a cameo or mention? Well, what was hysterical, they did have Vigilante meets himself, and they're vigilantes on the spectrum, shall we say. And the fun thing, they're picking out what's your favorite, I'm trying to remember what they said. It was all similar, like what's your favorite song or favorite movie, or all these things were the same. And then they finally get to, they're going, oh, this is so cool, and they do the Spider-Man meme, like we just did the Spider-Man meme. And what was, they get down to Peacemaker's like, I hate that guy. Peacemaker's the worst. It's like, what? He's my best friend. And then they finally get to the kicker, like, Germany won World War II, and the vigilante, there's a freedom fighter in this world. And like, and then Vigilante's like, well, I did come somewhere who, what was the line? What did he say? That kind of looks black, or, as Vigilante would say. And he's like, or is actually black or something. And he's like, we've got to go rescue her right now. You don't want her to, get caught. And, yeah. And then they have the scene where, Ads is walking down the street. It's kind of terrifying, but they play it comedically. And, oh, hey, Courtney's here.
Hey,
how you doing?
I'm doing well. I was listening for the last couple minutes, and hello to the chat.
Great to have you. Yep. So what's new? Where are you at right now? Can you tell us where in the world?
I'm driving around as usual. I just left the supermarket. I'm going to the ATM and then home. It's very exciting.
Oh, that's exciting. Yeah. Well, don't rob the ATM. Yep.
I have to put money in there. So
you got to put money in. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Cover my bills.
So
hi, Lisa.
I'm assuming Lisa says, Courtney. Yeah.
Hey.
So I'm assuming you have not seen Peacemaker.
No, but I heard what you were saying about like there not being a lot of diversity in the cast.
Well, that was in this new world you go to. So Harcourt picks up on it pretty quickly. So like they go to this other dimension. It's like a mirror universe basically. And she's like, I don't notice much diversity around here. And then they have a place for a joke, like, you didn't notice the U.S. flag with the Nazi Yahtzee symbol on it.
Oh,
you didn't notice the copies of Mein Kampf everywhere. And he's like, well, that's why I watch movies. I don't read. So they played it kind of comedically, but then the crazy thing is Ads is she has lost weight this season, and so she's a little bit slimmer than the first season. And I'm not going to throw any stones at anyone for being dimensionally challenged like I am. But she's getting chased by everyone.
I gained 10 pounds when I went to the doctor, and I almost had a conniption.
Uh-oh.
What?
What? Yeah.
Yep. Getting old.
But she's getting chased down the street, and it was kind of horrific where they played it a little bit comedically. And she's like, they don't catch her. It's like she's at least 50 to 100 pounds overweight. It's like Peacemaker's brother's trying to chase her, and like everyone's chasing her, and they finally all end up in a pool. And then the karate judo master pulls the wires out of the wall and like electrocutes everyone. But no, I mean, it was just
so this
a little
is
ridiculous.
Actually a TV series. It's not
TV
a movie.
Series, yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah,
Not a
I've
movie,
never
yeah,
even
yeah.
heard of it, to be honest. But
Yeah,
me,
it's Peacemaker. Yep.
I'm not keen to all the new stuff. I'm more like the older stuff, but let's get some stuff out. It's been interesting. Okay, my dog's going to pant a little bit, so if I go
That's
in and out
okay.
of
Yeah.
muting, that's well. If you hear the panting, just don't think it's something.
Okay. Well,
It's
no, but
my
he's
dog.
just really excited by the show, Walter.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's very, very
Yep. When I
excited.
do have something to show Walter later. Yep. Yep. I got a picture of something he might like at Home Depot. Yep.
Oh, I got
We'll
the
have to
most
show.
amazing. I'm sorry to derail a tiny bit, but I went to Goodwill today, and they had all these great Halloween costumes.
Cool.
But I got all these different masks just to wear, you know, like you can make your face invisible mask, dumb stuff like that. But they had a Boston Terrier head, like a mask, and it looks
Oh,
just
very
like
cool.
Walter. And so I had to get it. I mean, I'm not saying I'll wear it, but maybe I'll give it to his dad. You know,
That's
it's
cute.
pretty hilarious. Yeah, I was like, "Look, Walter, it's you,"
Yeah.
because of course he was in the cart in the store with me because you know he
Yeah.
rolls. You know.
Don't confuse Paul Walter. Yeah.
He's like, "What are you doing? Who is that?"
On Phantom is talking about Freedom Force. Yep. Actually, I have some of those issues. Yep, with Uncle Sam, Phantom Lady, Doll Man, and Ray Black Condor. And my personal favorite, the Human Bomb. Yep. I do have some issues with that. Yeah, that was classic. Yeah, the Freedom Force. Yep, yep. They were 1940s characters DC did not create, but eventually bought. Were introduced as being on Earth X, where the Germans won World War II. Yeah, yeah, that was a cool comic. Yeah, I had some of those as a kid. Yep. But so Peacemaker's kind of doing this kind of this kind of idea, and so the way it they have a batshit crazy ending to this episode where Peacemaker's dad dies again or gets killed by Judo Master, or no, Vigilante jumps through the window and just like takes him out because one of the guys they're holding one of the guys hostage, and so it's like a misunderstanding, but Vigilante just takes the guy Peacemaker's dad out. But the kicker in the end it was really touching though. He's like his dad's giving a speech before he gets killed about doing the best you can in the world, and you're fighting where you can and making a difference where you can. And he's like, my dad wasn't a Yahtzee, right? So the kicker is in this mirror universe, which is ruled by Yahtzees, the Germans won World War II. His dad is actually a good guy in this universe, and his character Chris, he was a hothead. So his brother, like is saying like, let's kill this version of Peacemaker, and his dad's like, no, wait a minute, I believe him that he acted in self-defense. And Chris was a total hothead and was on drugs all the time and out of control. So his dad actually was the good guy in the bad universe, right? So that was the kick there. So that was what was really really interesting. So I know there's been some controversy about it, and people are reading different things into it. But I thought as an alternative universe, and I thought the main idea was to just show, how his dad was able to overcome that and was actually good in that universe. So I thought that was what was interesting. But I think that one line about saying, "Oh, our world maybe isn't so much different from this world," I can see where that got people angry. But when you're, that could be the character's point of view too. So I haven't heard what James Gunn has said about that, and hope he doesn't think that. But you can have characters expound things and give different points of views, on issues like that. But you could say, oh, that's making light of what's happening here in our world. But people could have that point of view and be disgruntled or not happy. And I think the character of Ads is well written, and she's an interesting character. And this show would be a lot better, I think, too, if it was kind of set in its own slice of the universe where James Gunn maybe tries to tie it into the universe a little bit too much, but it's just so crazy. But we do get an arc and a hero's arc for Peacemaker in this too. So she's not he's not one-dimensional character. He's got some growth there. So that's been interesting. So I don't know. I still recommend people watch. And I thought that ending there where he's just realizing that his dad is actually a good guy. That's tough to reconcile because in this world, the dad he grew up with was an evil SOB, and in this world, his dad, that's the irony of it. His dad's a bad, was actually a good guy, despite his surroundings. Yep, yep. Sounds
Well, at
like
least
the
there's
dad
a
was a good
positive
parent.
to that part.
Yeah, yeah. I know people were exploding over that one, over that line there with what had, what had happened in that scene between those two characters. So, but yeah, I've been enjoying it, and I think it's it is its own crazy thing, and if you don't, that's where Gunn has more freedom to be like himself there too. So in terms of this TV show, so I think if you like his style, that's where he gets the kind of shine, or you can work the other way depending on how you like what you think of Gunn. Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, and was surprised Nicholas Hoult, who played Lex Luthor in the recent Superman movie, made a cameo. He speaks with General Flagg Sr. in the Belle Reve prison. Yeah, that was the big time with Superman. So basically, they're asking Lex for a way to track down these portals, and then Lex has his tech guy that was in the Superman movie. Says he can do this for you if you take him to the old that control center that set the flying set where they fought Superman. And it was a kind of a funny scene where the guy's like, well, what do I get out of this? And he's like, well, if Lex Luthor told us you'd help us, and I guess we'll just tell him if you don't. Yeah, because then you're locked up for life basically. They're not gonna give you much, I guess, or Lex gets transferred to a better prison, I guess. But yeah, it's kind of an interesting thing to have Lex in there. But yep. Oh, hey, Matthew's here. It says happy Sunday evening, early morning, Mark. Yep.
Hi, Matthew.
Yep. Hope all of your cool souls are well. Yep. Well, great to see you. Yep. We're doing well tonight. Yep. So, yeah, I'm enjoying Peacemaker. I think it's I like the character journey there, and that's an interesting contradiction there, where you could go if you could escape reality, right, and go to another world, and you think everything's better, but then it turns out it's really not better. And Harcourt's got some great lines like, you're in a nightmare here. You didn't realize it. So yeah, it's just really interesting. Yep. And it is Donnie's birthday. I'm not going to sing for him because I said I didn't want to ruin his birthday.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to
you. Happy birthday, dear Donnie.
Donnie.
Happy birthday to you. The best Power Ranger in the world. That wasn't a very good job, but I tried.
That was pretty good. Yeah. Well, you're the musician. Yep.
Yeah, that's why it wasn't a very good job. But.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's show let me take the spoilers down. So that's our Peacemaker talk. But yeah, let me know if in the chat if you like Peacemaker or you didn't like it, you're not watching it. Screw James Gunn. Oh yeah, I should do a poll question. I haven't done a poll question in a while. Yep. Let's see. Start a poll. Oh. Let's see. Start a poll. Yep.
I'm just going to comment to Lisa. Lisa, my typing should make yours look pristine as well. Then she was commenting saying she's happy that Matthew's there because it makes her typing look great. I'm just a victim of. I call myself a victim of autocorrect because my phone autocorrects to the most ridiculous things, whether I'm talk to text or typing. It makes no difference. I was texting somebody, and this is very nerdy, but I'm a Pokemon Go player, and I was saying how I was gonna catch all the shinies this weekend or something. It was a while back, but it was over one of the things, and it changed shinies to Chinese.
Yeah.
And the person I was texting was like, "What? You're gonna catch all this?" I was like, "No, that's not what I meant."
And Matthew says, "Thank you, thank you, thank you, my beautiful lady friend. For my mind works faster than my fingers." Yeah.
Me too.
And I know people like try to talk to the Siri or whatever, or the I never really try that, but I guess a lot of people do that with the texting.
That's what
text
I
to,
do
yeah,
usually. Like if I'm
yeah,
driving
speak to
and
the text, yeah,
I'll say like hi in the chat or something. That's all talking.
yeah,
They usually get the grammar right at least.
yeah. Okay.
Lenrock said Pokemon Go isn't nerdy, it's normie. Oh my god, that's so much worse.
Worse, right? Yeah.
I've never been a normie. I was like
Yeah,
the punk rock weirdo. I'm a little old to be playing Pokemon Go though, because really Pokemon didn't come out till I was an adult. So
yeah, yeah. And my
and I know
daughter
all of
loves
them now.
Pokemon Go, and she's always asking me to. She kind of gave up, but that
Asking you to play?
like I guess there's some stuff that you can do on Pokemon that helps other players, I guess.
Oh yeah, you get gifts. You give gifts,
Yeah.
and if you you build up friendships. Like each day, you give a gift to someone, and then if you battle together, you get extra points and all sorts of stuff. I actually play with a lot of people on YouTube,
Yeah.
and I play with people in their 70s, i.e., the guitar player for the band The Dickies, which I think is still the funniest thing that he plays. He even wears he has a Pokemon Go trainer jacket. Like, he
Wow.
is really hardcore about it. Yeah, he's funny.
There you go. Yeah, yeah.
Mhm. Oh, Matthew. Dad. Sorry, I'll let you. I'll release this first. Dadman did talk to text. Man, was that a puzzle to figure out? That is funny. And then Matthew says, still trying to talk to both Siri and Alexa without any of those flipping. I do it all the time. I mean to say, hey, Alexa, and then I say it to my phone, and I'm confusing which one's playing music. And yeah, I do that all the time at home.
Yeah, which room's it in?
Yeah. Yep.
So here was some cool stuff. I was at Home Depot to buy some practical stuff. And of course, God, they're going all out for Halloween at Home Depot now.
Wow. I've got to go to Home Depot. And I still haven't gone to Spirit Halloween. I just figured out that there's one like right around the corner from me.
Yeah.
I just wanted to check it out.
They got.
Oh, those are cool.
That's just wild. Yep, yep. So this troll here. Yeah. Death is but a passing through a door that opens to a new life. Oh, that's not a bad saying there. I mean, they have. It's like going to Disneyland now.
It is. They're all like human size. The leprechaun.
Gruesome grounds. Yes. The leprechaun. Yeah.
Whoa! Hold on. They're racing next to me. Jeez, sorry.
Oh God! Yeah.
That's what happens here. That was loud. Sorry about that. It's like Leprechaun in the Hood. We just made it into that with cars next to me.
Yeah, where's Jennifer Lawrence, right? Yeah, from
right.
Friends. Yeah, where she was in the Leprechaun movie. Yep. Not Jennifer. Jennifer Aniston. Excuse me.
Aniston. Yeah.
Aniston,
Jennifer Lawrence is like.
Jennifer Aniston. Yeah.
Silver Linings Playbook.
And she may or may not have been topless in that, but yep. Just saying. And
that
Lisa
movie,
says,
I love. Go on.
Lisa's a YouTube. I know you probably can't see the chat when you're driving. Hopefully, yep. Don't look at the chat, but
no,
YouTube
only when I'm at a red light, and that's why those cars
okay.
were zooming out, like they were peeling out. Here they go again. Sorry.
Yep. Fast, yeah.
That one of them's a minivan. It's like a souped up minivan. Yeah.
Awesome. Yep.
I know who to stay away from around here. If they have a new thing, like a lot of people drive with their headlights off at nighttime, and they are affiliated with certain groups, if you know what I mean. And you're not to flash your lights at them to remind them that their lights are off, because that's a no-no. So it gets pretty nutty around here.
Sure. That's nuts. Yep.
Okay, Leprechaun, amazing.
Yeah. At least as a YouTube friend of mine had to teach me how to cut and paste.
I just
at least
learned
you didn't know how to
that.
cut and paste. Yeah, and my mom. I keep trying to teach my mom how to cut and paste, and she never can figure it out.
My mom used to say that she would call me for computer help, and now I don't know anything about tech anymore. So this was like when I was in my 20s, and I would get so frustrated because I'd be like, click the icon that says this. What's an icon? It's like, oh my gosh, the thing that looks like, it's like, just drive me crazy. And she still has an AOL email address, still to this
Wow.
day. Yeah, she doesn't use anything anymore.
Oh,
But
Donnie's headed out. Good night, Donnie. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight.
birthday,
Thanks for all your
Donnie.
chats. Yep. Happy birthday. Yep. Be good, Donnie. Yep. Yep. I don't think I've seen a single house here that's decked for Halloween yet, but Lisa's seen a few houses. Yep. Yep.
Oh, I should have driven home the other way, and I could have put my camera on for a few houses. They have some really neat ones here. I mean, they've moving things. They're like haunted houses, they look like. They go all out in old Colorado Springs, where all the older houses are. It's really neat.
Yep.
I wish I
Well, now this, I know you can't, be careful. You can't look at your phone, but this, there's a Walther decoration at Home Depot right now.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I have the phone like up at my rear view, so I can glare at it.
Yeah, glare at it.
Oh my goodness. Walter, how much is it? Can you zoom in to the price?
$40.
$40.
Not bad.
That's not totally unreasonable. I mean, I'm pretty poor, but
40 is not bad, right?
Considering I collect everything that has him on it.
Right,
Everything.
so that's Walter, and he lights up.
Oh my God. I'm going to have to get my ex-husband to get it for us. That's what I'm going to do.
And they've got this cute little cat, mummy cat next to it. Yeah.
This is so cute. They had a really cute,
cute,
they had like random pet costumes like Goodwill. You know, you have to find them. They don't have like the same of everything. Yeah. But it was too big for Walter. It was for like a large dog, and he's medium in dog clothes or whatever. But it was Slimer from Ghostbusters.
Yeah, awesome.
And I was like, that would have been so cool. Look at the kitty cat, is so cute too. I want them both.
The cat is cute too, isn't it?
I love the mummy. I wish
that cute?
I wish Walter was the mummy. It's really funny that he's in the prison
outfit, yeah.
Because he won, gosh, this is probably 10 years ago now, or 8 years ago, but he won cutest pet in Steamboat Springs. Like, he was in the paper, and it was from his prisoner Halloween costume that he wore one year. So he actually, I have a picture of him like that. Let's see if I can change my avatar. I'm stopped for a little bit now.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, Matthew said, drive carefully. Yep. Yesterday's Nimrod almost plowed right into myself while trying to merge into the right. Yeah. It's dangerous driving out there. Yep, yep. I still have the same email I set up back in 2000. Pretty sure it's a record. Yep.
Oh, I have the same one too. It was my original Gmail. It was when they first sent out you had to get like an invitation
for Gmail.
Do you remember that? Yeah. That's mine. Yeah. I still have my same email from them. And it's really funny. The name's like,
you couldn't just sign up for it.
You know, it's like not my name. It was my pet at the time and stuff. So when I tell people, they're like, okay, well, lady. It sounds weird. Yeah, that's cool. You're not the only one then, Rod, and I don't feel so bad anymore.
And actually, I have my last name. I own the domain to my last name.
Oh, that's
so I've had
cool.
that. My email address is marc@dsomething.com.
Yeah.
And I think I've had that since the 90s. So
you were way ahead of your time getting domains.
Because I tell people I also have like M and my name at gmail.com because it's easier to give out sometimes.
Yeah.
I just did my first initial because you want to keep the email short, but I should have done Marc and my last name. I could have gotten it back then or had both.
I don't have one email that has my name in it anymore. Well, I still have my like alumni email. I guess that has it in it, but
yeah. So but I tell people I'm like, how do you have your last name as your your .com? I'm like, well, because a computer nerd, and that's what you did back then. You bought the domain for your name. So I mean, now you can't get any of them. I'm sure like all the names are. Common names are gone, but yeah, they're like freaks people out. Yeah, yeah. When I do that, yeah. And Oliver, Warwick Davis made the Leprechaun an immortal horror icon in the 90s. Yeah, he was great in that. Yeah, two cute skeleton doggies. Yeah. Get them, Courtney, for your ex-husband. He owes you. Yep, yep. Home Depot Walter will last much longer than real Walter. Oops, did I say that out loud? Don't tell Court I said that. I won't tell her you said that. Yep, yep. Your secret's safe with us, Lisa. Right? Yep. Darren says the prisoner. I am not a number. I am a free man. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that was crazy. You had to get that invite to Gmail. Yep, yep.
Okay, I heard that thing about Walter. And that's a touchy subject because he's 11 years old. He's going to be 12 in March. I know that's far off, but his dad died when he was 12 and his mom died when he was 13. So I'm like, no, but I take way better care of him.
There you go. Yep, yep.
If you make my avatar big just for one moment, you could see what I'm talking about. He literally is the statue.
Oh yeah, so you got to get that. You got to get that. You got to get that. Yep.
I know if I show my ex-husband that, he'll probably get it. I'm sure.
You got to get it. Yeah. Got to get that. Yep, yep. So there's a stripe from Gremlins. So this is for Tom Connors. Would love this.
That's
How
very
much
cool.
is
That
this
was my
one?
favorite Gremlin, except
$180. Yep.
minus Gizmo, but
Oh, here,
the stripe was like the punk rocker.
let me stop sharing. I'll share it with the sound. Here, let me do this. Stop sharing. Share a screen. Let me share the audio for this. Yeah. Let me go back here. Yeah. I don't know if you can hear that, everyone.
Seriously.
Pretty
That
scary,
was
right?
creepy.
Pretty creepy, right? Yeah, yeah.
I was hoping it was. Oh, am I echoing?
You won't even
You're okay, yeah.
your soul has departed from your body. Done. Let's go. Time is wasting, and I have 500 more souls to collect before the night is over.
Yeah, that's great for kids coming over, right? Yeah, yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I was hoping the spike would be that the music.
Oh, okay. Let's see. It's trying to load. Sometimes Google is very slow to load up the videos. Yep. But yeah, I don't know if Lowe's goes all out like this, but yep. Oh, echo. Sorry. Yeah, when you share the screen and then.
Yeah,
sometimes that
exactly.
happens.
It's still on. I think it's when you share the sound.
Yeah, when you share the sound. Yep. Let's see if this catches up. Come on. I'm trying to get this video to play. Hello, computer.
Caleb, that was a funny comment.
Let me skip to the next one. Come on, Google. It's just frustrating when the video doesn't want to play. Yeah. Hello, Scotty. Yeah. It's not that long of a video. It should. Let's skip it for now. Yeah, let's see. But yeah, just quite a display. And of course, they've got their 12-foot skeleton, which started the whole craze, right? But there's so many animated figures now. Yeah, there's a leprechaun. That was playing. Now it stopped. They must have fun setting these up. Yep. And Kib was saying, Courtney's echoing, have her do the cha-cha-cha from Friday the 13th. Yeah. It is doing it, yeah.
You are in Stanford, Ira. Ah, got it.
You want gold? Well, here's a golden axe to match. Let's see if luck is truly on your side. Dare to reach for the treasure and find out just how lucky ye are.
Trying to get the tree to go, and the tree, I'm like, go tree. That leprechaun's pretty damn good, though. Yeah. Sorry for the stuttering. Imagine if I brought that home. It's like, oh my God. We could live under the bridge. Oh, Courtney's got Walter here. Oh, here we go. Let's get to Walter. Yep.
Yeah, he's very stylish. He's in his
there we go. So I was
reindeer.
looking at my other monitor with the video playing and see. Yep. Very cute. Yep. He's a captain.
He's a ranger.
He's Captain
He's
Kirk.
Oh yeah.
Yellow. Yeah. Yeah.
Let me mute myself.
Hey Walter, how you doing? Big guy Wolf. It's the star of the show, Walter. Yep. Is he going to the bathroom?
We're doing our Pokemon Go route.
Okay. Does he know the route?
Yeah, that's why he's running ahead. And he has
knows
like
where
collar.
He knows where he's going, right? Yeah, yeah. He walks the walk and he talks the talk. Yeah.
He went to go do his business, so you can stop sharing.
Okay. Yeah. Here, I'll play this. See if this video plays through now. No, it played once. It should play without skipping. Yep. Look how tall that other one is. It's like 20 feet tall.
People would find me talking to those things.
Yeah.
I'd spend all day there.
And I did buy this owl because I told the story about how my mom is nicknamed Owl. So I did buy this owl to put out for Halloween. I have it hidden in the garage. Yep. There we go. So those are the Halloween pictures. But Home Depot, God, we were showing our picture last week. Yeah. Yeah, Walter's. Walter's the captain. Courtney is Tennille. Yeah. So let's do some foodery. It's always time to make everyone hungry, right?
Yay.
So let's do some food photos. So I did go camping this weekend. So I was out with the scouts. Let me turn the stop the share. So let's reshare it without the audio. That way we don't have an echo. Echo. So let me. Yeah, so we did. I did some salmon on Friday night.
Oh, it looked like a
So we
cake.
camping smoke. Yeah,
Like,
smoked
it looks like a cake.
salmon. Yeah.
But that smoked salmon is good too.
Yeah.
Yummy.
An eatery. Yep. Oh, before we introduce eatery, I should always let's do. We always got to remember Guagnar's nice, awesome thing. Marc's eatery here. So thank you again, Guagnar, for that. Yep.
I just call that Clobby now. It's so funny.
Clobby. Yep. And then and Clobby did the Sunday Night Eatery. Yep. Let's put that up. Yep. So this was just a quick, but I smoked it in the Big Green Egg, so came out really good. Yep. Yeah, so the salmon came out really good, and then I put it in the oven to keep it warm, and I forgot how long I put it in. So we did whole chickens for Scouts as a cooking demo.
That's a big
pretty
chicken.
plump chicken. That was a big chicken. Yeah, I was gonna do turkey. I'm like, it was a big chicken. Yep. So
is it cheaper to buy a whole chicken now? Because with the price of food than to buy it.
Yeah.
Because someone was saying.
I'm not sure, but I know that sometimes I always get those bargains, like you get the family pack of thighs and rib, so I don't know what's cheaper.
That doesn't work for me because I'm one person. So
yeah. Well, yeah.
But I grew up with the family packs with all my siblings.
Yeah, those family packs. Yeah. But I buy that sometimes free, keep some of it, freeze some of it, and keep the,
Yeah, I have no room where I am, or I would.
Yeah. But I did this on a plank, so you get the cedar planks, you get some good flavor, and then smoking it adds a really good flavor to it too. So did that on the big
smoked anything I've smoked cigarettes in my life. I haven't for over 8 years now.
Yeah.
But I've never tried that. I got pretty good at grilling, but
yeah.
Never used a smoker.
No, but yeah, anything you do on the grill always tastes better. Yep. And Lenron says pound for pound it's always cheaper to get the whole critter. And whole cooked chicken, $10 uncooked. 2 rotisserie chickens fully cooked for $12. Go figure. Yep. Good point, Lisa. Yep.
Oh yeah, they always have those. On Mondays, I think here they have a deal for the rotisserie, the cooked one. I do get those small little ones that are cooked sometimes and pull all the meat off.
So here's chicken before it goes in. Yep.
Yeah, that's a huge chicken.
It was a big ass chicken. Yeah.
You couldn't do a beer can chicken with that at all. I don't think. Well, the way we used to do it.
Well, you could, but yeah.
You need the stand, I guess.
Yeah,
we used to just do it on the can.
On the can, yeah. So yeah, but you can always buy that pack and then freeze it. But here's my got my hot oil in there. So we're doing well, first you check to make sure that you don't have too much oil. Of course, the pot's really tall, so you got a lot of leeway there. But yeah, you never want to do a frozen. God forbid, don't put a frozen chicken in there or frozen turkey. It'll explode on you.
I'm gonna mute for 2 minutes while I go inside.
Yep.
You'll probably be happy.
Yeah. So that's just taking the chicken in and out. I have that rig that Alton Brown set up. Yeah, so I've got the chicken on the ladder there. It's a rig, so you can just raise it up and down. But yeah. Courtney has never smoked anything. Yeah. And Leonard says that Amish have some notorious dino-sized chickens. Yeah. There's the you can't hear it, but yeah, sizzle. So no one could believe how good this chicken came out. So when everyone's trying it, they're like, "Wow, this is awesome!" Right? So the deep fried anything is pretty good. But then I'm like, we'll have two whole. One guy wants two whole fried chickens. Like, I'm doing the Blues Brothers. The other one wants two pieces of dry white toast.
We had a neighbor that fried a turkey before for Thanksgiving, and that was really yummy. I'd never had anything like that done like that, but yeah, that looks like a turkey. It's gigantic.
Yeah, Ford fried chickens and a Coke. Yeah, only one of the dads got my joke. Yep. I said two fried chickens and then dry white because we only had two chickens. So yeah. And Lenrod, I use peanut oil because peanut oil has a higher smoke temperature. Now don't quote me, but it's allegedly consult your physician. It's supposed to be safe for people with peanut allergies, but if it's highly refined, but if not, you could use if you don't use peanut, you can use canola oil. Like olive oil, well, it's too expensive, but it's a lower smoke point. So I think peanut oil smoke point
that
is
would be so much
$4.50.
money to put olive oil in there.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
Yeah. So I think peanut oil is $4.50. Canola oil might be higher too, but yeah, you want to use something with a high smoke point so you can safely boil, cook your food. Yep. So and this is like about 3 gallons of oil was enough for this chicken. Yep. Yeah. 4 fried chickens and a Coke. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't get it. Will you explain it?
Well, it's the Blues Brothers. Yep.
Oh, the Blues
So they go
Brothers
into with the great scene with Aretha Franklin. So they go into the restaurant and like 4 whole fried chickens and Coke.
I saw
and
that
then
movie
Jake,
when I was
and then,
younger.
yeah, and then they're like 1 piece of plain white bread grilled Elwood. Yep, because he knew where they were from what they ordered. Yep. And now 10W40 works only if it's well seasoned in your engine. Yeah. But the thing is, it cooks all the way through really quickly because it's it's surrounded there. Yeah, Matt Guitar Murphy. Yep, I just love that scene. And she does the Aretha Franklin does that song. Oh, it's just so phenomenal. And then he leaves. He throws his apron. Matt Guitar Murphy leaves, and he joins the band again. Yep. Don't you blaspheme around here? Don't you blaspheme around here? Yep. So there's the turkey all fried up, but yeah, it came out really good. Yeah. And Lisa's avocado is the highest at 520. I looked it up. I don't know how much that costs to do, but yeah. Well, it doesn't taste greasy. That's the thing with the chicken like this. You think it's greasy, but it's not. And just cooks really fast. And God, it was good. And then the scouts also did. I was impressed. Yeah, they did a nice rub. They did lemon rub, and this was a barbecue or St. Louis style rub on the chicken. And they did corn, and they did garlic bread. So really nice job with the food. Because I said, oh, you need barbecue sauce or something, but he didn't tell me he had seasoned it. So, but yeah, the scouts did a really nice job there too. Yeah. So, yep. Baby chicken stuck inside a duck, stuffed inside a turkey, chicken, some of the turkey. Yep. Oh no, you can't cook bald eagle. You've been in big trouble for that. Yep. I mean, some of these pictures don't look super great, but God, that chicken was good. Yep. And yeah, parents were going nuts by it. Yeah. And these are my friend was doing Dutch oven desserts, and some of these are dinner, but yeah, so these are Dutch oven tables you can buy. So you put the charcoal on top, and then you cook the food in there. So, and it's nice. Yeah, so it makes it a lot easier to cook in there. I mean, yeah, if you're home and you got an oven, that's fine. But that's how they used to cook in the old days, right? You had to cook everything in big pots and on the fire, so you didn't have the same exact control.
Have you ever tried cooking underground, like cooking in the coals?
Well, this is the same idea. So you're cooking in the pot and you put the coals around the Dutch oven.
Oh, yeah, I can't see it very well. I see it now.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
it's the
so
same
we've done
idea
that.
where you're
I
yeah.
made a cake underground one time, a soda cake. It was made with like Sprite, cake mix and
Okay, yeah.
Sprite. And we
Yeah.
literally like buried it underneath like all the embers and stuff. It was crazy. It turned out really good while we were camping.
Yeah, well, that's what, the natural insulation of the ground. Yep. But that's the
Yep.
idea here with the pot. You you're cooking and the coals are on the pot. You can keep things warm a long time. In the pot. Yep.
I was about to
Someone
sing
made
that, but
chili.
change the comment.
Yeah.
Just smack it up, flip it, rub it down. Oh no.
Yeah. And that was brownies that they made. It doesn't look so good there, but it tasted pretty good. Yeah.
Oh, they
Yeah.
look delicious still.
Yeah.
In the
And that
woods, that's
would have looked
delicious.
better if I'd taken the picture here before. Yeah. Yeah. And then we, of course, you got to have s'mores, right? Yeah.
Oh,
I'll
that's
have to put this
interesting.
up.
Is that the campground? They probably don't let you have. Is that what they have for the fires? They don't have fire pits?
No, I just did that because that was late at night, so we just
Oh, it's
wanted
easier
to have
that way to
s'mores.
put it out then.
Yeah, that's
That's
actually
cool.
that's the chimney starter for a fire, but I just put charcoal in there, and then we did. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, that's
I
a great
once Dutch oven
idea.
myself on camping. It was rough. LOL. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, the brownies
In the
did
sleeping
actually turn out
bag.
good. Yeah, yeah. And then this doesn't, some of these pictures don't come out good, but this tasted really good. It was it's a simple like Dutch oven recipe, or you can do this at home really quickly too. But you buy Jimmy, the sausage Jimmy, what's his name? Jimmy Jones, not Jimmy Jones.
Jimmy
What's
Dean.
the
Jimmy
Jimmy
Dean.
Dean? Jimmy Dean.
Like
Thank you.
James Dean. But
Yeah, yeah. And you put the ground sausage with some onions and peppers. You cook that first, right? Cook the sausage through first. Then you throw in hash browns and you cook those. And then you
ooh,
throw
yummy.
eggs and cheese on the top and cover it.
What? That sounds so
Or you
good
could cook,
for camping,
or you'll
especially.
do,
But it sounds good
yeah,
anyway.
or you do it in a Dutch oven if you do a slow cook, and then it kind of like cooks all together. So it's like mountain man breakfast, but yeah, it comes out really good. So it's the picture doesn't look great, but and it did cook longer after that. So you want to get it like a little crunchy with the hash browns, but yeah, I got it. It's a really good breakfast. Let me see if I have the recipe. Let's see. I can put the recipe in. Mountain Man Dutch oven breakfast. I mean, it's very simple. It's simple when you think of it. But yeah, here it is. Yep. Rackatoon, I don't want you right now. Yeah. So this, says our kids request this Mountain Man breakfast every time we go camping. Yep. So here they're cooking in the Dutch oven, right? Yep. So we want to consider sharing with folks your next campsite. Yep. Save the leftovers of the day you're checking out so you can spend more time packing and less cooking. Yep. So here's they went heavy on the eggs there, but let's see here. Where's the recipe here? Yep. 20 minutes, cook time an hour. Yeah, so if they're cooking in the Dutch oven, so it's pork sausage, Jimmy Dean or Jimmy Jones, onion, garlic, red pepper, green pepper, shredded hash brown potatoes, eggs, and then cheese. So it's pretty simple. But so what's a trick too? If you're camping, you can be lazy. You can buy they like our grocery store. They had containers of like onions and peppers already diced up, so you could buy them that way. And then camping, I always buy the eggs, in the carton already. The liquid eggs or whatever. Yep. So it's a pretty simple thing. Yeah, add sausage, onion, garlic, stir. Cook that sausage up, like I said. Stir in the hash browns and peppers until they're mixed. Yep. So the hash browns and peppers are tender, about 15 minutes. Yep. And then you put the eggs into the Dutch oven. You don't stir, you just let it seep down to the bottom. Yep. And you just cover it and let it cook, right? So it takes a while, like 40 minutes. So I did on the stovetop, so try to rush it, but yeah, it's a great do that at home in a if you got one of those La Creuset or and you could do it in a frying pan too, or put it in the oven as a casserole. Yep, super omelet. Yeah, and it's easy, right? So it always comes out good. So it's a good meal. Yep, yep. It's good stuff. Yep. So yeah, because if you cook an omelet, it's like you got to flip the damn thing, and then sometimes you might miss or screw it up. So yeah, it's really good. Yep.
To,
Good
to do a
stuff.
proper omelet is actually pretty difficult. Like to do it
Right?
the way you're supposed to. I should say.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's definitely not easy. Yeah, yeah. Definitely not easy. Yep. All right, so I want to thank all our channel members. I think we're hitting that 2 a.m, so I got to get to work tomorrow, and I'm sure everyone else has to get to work. So I'm getting my list of channel members so I don't miss anyone, which is the power of the computer. Yep.
That's the
Leonard
Walter
said, I need a
Mass.
cast iron pot now. Yep. Well, you could probably find one at Goodwill, or you can get lucky and tag sale. Some you can find one, and hopefully not too expensive. Because sometimes people don't. Or Le Creuset is a great Dutch oven, but those are expensive. But maybe get lucky and find one tag or Goodwill. But yeah, and then the good thing about that stuff too, once you have it, then it's it's something you have forever too, which is nice. I still have like my grandmother's, some of her pots and pans. I mean, which is wow. I have her cast iron stuff from years ago, which is still cook with it and still great. Yep, works really nice. Yep. So let's see here. All right, let's thank all the channel members, which is really appreciated here, and thank you everyone. And this is no particular order on the list here, but thank you to Brian Hepburn, who's in the chat, the great JT Kirk, Andy Drew Jill, Dave C, 70s Rock Fan, Christian Delorme, Max Redstone, RTNZ, RobAltis, DJ Ronnie G, Nick Weiser, Metalorian, great seeing you tonight, Metalorian, Dadman, Philip Story, Professor R2, Wes Cagle, and Penny, who is the newest member. So thank you everyone who was a channel member and helps support us around here and keeps the lights on. Really, you guys don't have to do that, but you get great shows like this, and you get Walter, right? Or is that a Walter mask?
Woof, woof. It's so dumb.
Right? Looks like a digital. It does look like a digital filter, right? Yeah. Right? At least it's LOL Courtney. Yeah. That's awesome. Yep. And let's go through our top fans for the night. Well, Walter's number 1, right? But we had 35 people visit us tonight in the YouTubes, plus some people on the Rumble. So we're on Rumble too. So we had Brian Barth, of course. Courtney's on that list too, and thank you for joining me tonight, Courtney. Claude, Mark's 47, Cowabunga Dude, Putin's Cat, Jonathan Conroy, Joffrey, who's I Don't Share My Data, Gap After Dark, Oliver, Great Canadian Spider-Man, Joe Dog, Matthew Marzulu, Captain Infinity, Darcipio, David Jones, Tim, RobAltis, Professor R2, Charlotte. Like, what's name is Charlotte? Sometimes these are the handles and they don't translate to the over. But Maddie's Daddy, Metalorian, Lisa, Cabe Levine, Darren, Keely Chow, Roll Tide, Admiral Teague, Saving Star Trek, Lemon Pie, Wes Cagle, Lenrod, Phantom Outsider, Don, Brian Hepburn, and we've got the Stream Element Spot and Jeremiah. Is that Jeremiah? I can't read what name that is. Yep. That's number 2. Oh, that's from the super chat. So that would have been Jeremiah Hembry. And thank you for your $5 and thank you for your question on getting comic books graded. And thank you to Charlotte for her $2 super sticker. Much appreciated. And let's see here. All right. So I think we got everyone thanked for the night. So Courtney, are you going to be hanging out with the Goons tomorrow on that 70s Rock Fan channel?
If I am finished with my doctor stuff, which I
right.
might not be. I said I couldn't do it all September, but I have one more appointment. So
Yep.
maybe not. We'll find out.
Unfortunately, I've got an event at 5:30, so I can't be there for the Goons, but that's a great movie. So our buddy Brian, that 70s Rock fan, huge hockey fan, and hockey is very awesome.
I love hockey.
He's having a show tomorrow for the classic underrated movie called Goon. So everyone check that out. Let's see. Oh, I got to post in the right spot here. Here we go. I got it. That works. Yep. So check Brian out tomorrow afternoon for the movie Goon. I will be back with Nick Weiser on Toxic Tuesday, and our movie this week is, let's see, was it Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2, I believe? Let's see, what was it? Let's see, was it? I got to check my list here. Yep. Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2, correct. Then we're doing Part 3. So 2 and 3. I shouldn't say what the other movies are until but we have it plotted out to episode 200. Yep. So looking forward to that. So that'll be fun, and catch.
I love Halloween month. I do.
Yep.
All the Halloween movies and everything.
Oh, Lisa. Thank you, Lisa. Lisa posted Brian's channel in too. Thank you so much. Yep. Lisa's got the power. She's a wrench. Yep. As David Allen, Irish comedian, used to say when closing the show, good night, good luck, and may God go with you. Well, that's a great way to say it. Close out the show. Yep. And good night, everyone. Damn it, Mark, you post those links like a madman so fast. The secret is a Google Doc with all the links of all my friends in one spot. So, yep. Thank you, Darren. Thank you, Oliver.
That's
So
funny.
thank you, everyone.
I found out that mods have those because I always wondered how people get the links so quick when I'm a mod in a channel and I'm like going and searching for their channel and I'm like, how is everyone?
How'd they do that? I've got a memory like steel trap. Not
yeah, right.
I wish. Yeah.
Night
but
to
no, this was a lot of fun. And good night to Courtney. Thank you for being here. Good night to Walter. And we'll see you on the next Geekery and during the week. And I've got I've been printing some cool stuff, so I gotta try to get some of those some videos out. And actually, let's get Walter on here. And I repaired my Coleman grill. I put some new wheels on my grill, so that's gonna be an exciting video. But good night, Walter.
He's like he's ignoring me because he wants another treat. Now he's
looking.
He heard the word treat. He heard the word treat. He looked up.
Treat. You heard the word treat. Yeah.
What?
Puppers get the views. Yep. My ratings are going way up.
He looks cool against the carpet too. The black and the white.
That's cool. Yeah.
He's his jammies on.
See everyone next week for more Geekery. All right, everyone have a great week.
Bye,
and see you all soon. Take care.
Yep. Say bye, Walter.
Where's my confounded out? Here, let's play a couple of clips here, and then we'll do the outro. Yep.
There's only one thing I want to say to you, Commodore.
You're a dumbass. He plays with toys.
It's a model.
With little figures.
Merchandising, where the real money from the movie is made.
Would you like some toast? Some nice hot crisp brown buttered toast.
I just love clobbering time.
And Callie in your place, would you?
Probably not. What about you?
What about me?
Why don't you go?
You are expendable.
And you're not?
No, I'm not. I am not expendable. I'm not stupid. And I'm not going.
I protest. I am not a merry man. I like you a lot. Kneel before Zod!
Relax. All right? My old man is a television repairman. Got this ultimate set of tools. I can fix it.
You have to set an example even in the face of stupidity. Now, everybody that reads comic books knows that Kirby's Silver Surfer is the only true Silver Surfer.
Get to the chopper!
All right, now we can leave once we get to the chopper. All right. Take care,
When did you have
everyone.
spicoli? And I like it a lot.
Yeah, well, I've had that for a bit. Yep. I got to play those more
I love
often.
it.
Yep. All right. Take care, everyone. Good night.
Fun
Bye, everyone.
It's 106 miles to Chicago. We got a full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes. It's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses. Hit it.
You're still here? It's over. Go home.